Certainly the best.
Waiting they happen.
Now waiting they happen. Now waiting they happen. Now waiting they happen. Now waiting they happen. Now waiting they happen. Now waiting they happen. Now waiting they happen. This one done too bad oh. This one done too bad oh.
No be moto na gully for Igwebe. No be moto na gully for Igwebe. I just tell government send your engineers come here. Hey, whoa! They say all year before, how's this day?
Waiting they happen.
But the people for the area, they don't try some palliative. But that palliative is not good enough. What be motor though? Growing gully. As I waka they go now. I they go Igwebe roundabout. Down. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, and to serve Nigeria with all my strength. That's so it's supposed to be. However, citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, anywhere on a day they watch us, online for Facebook, for YouTube, for TikTok, for ITV, and then for Igwebe, local government Igwebe. And I did for Zebu quarters. So they go so, you go see where I want to go appear. They say if Edo State government, Ministry of Works, if they don't send their engineers come here, landlord and landladies, wait there for this quarter. See also.
Waiting they happen.
Okay, where with this?
We do Zebu for Igwebe.
For Igwebe local government.
Igwebe local government, Igwebe. Yes.
I stopped for roundabout near that Igwari primary school. Okay, now what be this have been now waiting happen here? Waiting happen here?
Not be moto. Na gully. When I be small pikin, this thing never start. Now I don't have the wrong person now. When rain fall, erosion will just pass because God designed Igwebe. All the water went there from Afuda, Uhe, Oyomo, Idiglogo. All of them are here, they come. So they pass freely. So when we small, that's late 70s. All of us the wrong person. Before this thing can develop. It is surprising. Because this, where we did so, it is very risky because a lot of things even they live inside this gully. If you look now, this gully is at least 12 to 15 feet deep. Look, see the width. So we they call on our governor, able governor, may come help us. This thing actually start when they do that Igwebe Uromi Express Road, 1977. When they do that 1977, they can put two small covert. And we as children for primary school, we they pass the covert to cross the express under. Now we tell they go school.
You dey talk about like 40 years ago because they see what they there for your help.
1977, I tell you so. 1977. So when rain fall 3 times, that covered block, the water can begin return. As the water they return, it can begin pursue people for houses. Can begin kill house, kill. In fact, here now this gully put for you. If you go down, it don't scatter everywhere. Don't pursue people for house. It don't. Then, if the water that road, because as they take down when they take high, water no coffee they cross up. The water can't return. If the water manage cross up, it will spread. People farmland. Why?
Hey!
Why? So with the big governor, if they come, make them look, because that express, God to help us. It get river Ogbodu where this erosion they go.
Okay. As the water they call you water. It they go
straight to Ogbodu. So as they do that express Uromi to Agbo, they block them. They can't put those small covert. When the cover block, the water could return. Come begin pursue people.
I'll go see Amo.
Where you go? I go follow you. So up till now, if they want help us, that road they go first cut and put better gutter, make the water take go.
But if they live here like this, it go tell they go, you never see some gully where I don't show.
No. Here I grow up. See this front here, where this pole they so. House they here before. This pole when it bend so. House they there house.
This pole.
This electric pole so. Somebody house they there. You see where this banga tree they so. Restaurant they there. This one they tell you so 77, 78, 80. Restaurant they there. From that place go now be the old Igwebe market.
Why the landlord is waiting this area for over years? Why we not shut? Come out!
What did they know? Not what did they sabi they will do? Not be who know road go show person road. We thank God say we dey see you here now. May you help us cry out. May they come to our rescue. Because body don't pee.
Hey!
Body don't pee. You don't see where we dey so.
You got one of my friend Alex Imosili.
Yes.
He no let me rest.
Go see Papa house here. If they feeling like me. None of us grow up for here.
Alex.
None of us grow up for this.
Hey.
That old market so. You know say the market, they don't desert them now. They don't carry market go on that place. Because people come begin fall for gully. When you want, people want cross with bike, you go fall. You know that.
May you different.
You know where you dey go so? You know where you dey go? You don't see this gully. You won't go come out for garage. Now garage you dey go now.
So Oga, waiting you to say Edo State government if you can do for this place.
Yes, Edo State government get a lot to do. When the last administration come, the road from Express, they can't do C4, they can't do and pass back of the market, go join Bank Road. The major here, where me are you this one a major road? When soldier they here in the 70s, after the war, here na major road. Now that same place, so where soldier they, now they put college education now across the road. So make them come help us. If they want help us, as that road, don't first break that road, put better gutter to take the water go river. Then this gully, they go let them put gutter both sides, channel and go.
Big one.
All this water storm when Baba should do for Ewa Road. If you do it here, it don't finish.
Okay, those type.
If once you put that water storm Baba do for Osho,
those drainage.
when do for Ewa Road there, the water don't go. Now just that road, they need to cross them. If they don't cross them, anything they like me they do here, the water will return. Because that major road was the barrier. Now it's start them. Otherwise, everywhere, God arrange them. As the water they flow, you get where they pass. By the time this one they flow past here, small with they play inside, small sand, they find. When that road come cross, water don't feel pass. God, come begin the water come begin keep it.
As you watch them, drop your comments, share them, like them. However, Edo State Ministry of Works, Edo State Watershed Water Agency, erosion control. Huh?
Bosuno. Waiting they happen.
Bosuno. Now waiting they happen. Bosuno na.
No fear, drop your comment. I did for Igwebe, Gully.
Bosuno. Now waiting they happen. Bosuno. Now waiting they happen. This one done too bad. Oh.
I don't suffer, not be small. If they fall for this area, I be. Very bad.
Yes, very bad. If you full for water full everywhere for you. You almost full safe. We can't want big good for them. You also have for them now.
They shake the area.
They shake away.
They shake away.
Where are they hot? You go sit down and let me pass.
If they fall, now they fear. So now what make Governor Kodwa?
Yes.
When I lead them, when I beg her, say whoa whoa. Akakomisa whoa whoa. Akakomisa whoa whoa. Okpawolo whoa whoa. Monday whoa whoa. His Excellency, they say me you come Igwebe.
Bosuno. Now waiting they happen. Bosuno na. Now waiting they happen. Bosuno. Now waiting they happen.
Waiting they happen.
See, this house belonged to my mother. There was a restaurant.
This house?
Yes. This is where I was born and grew up. This very
I ain't born you.
Yes.
And you are more than 50 years now.
Yes, I'm 55 years old. That was a restaurant here owned by my mother. 2 buildings. This is a market square. People do buy and sell. My brother here operates this store. I was a beer parlor here. Drinks, beer meat. This was an industrial place. There's another house here by the pole here owned by my uncle. All this line, you see those repairer, the barber were occupying all these places down to garage. And at the extreme end over there, there was a big hall there. It was a market shop for the Gari women. They buy us to the north. A very big store where major people sell and buy. This was the major market we have in Igwebe. You trade here, you trade in Palace here. This was the highest market. A day to market, today is a market day. Like yesterday, you see a lot of people coming from Onitsha, Agbo and Omunede.
For this place, so?
Yeah, they will sleep overnight against today to buy food stuff and return them back. But today, as you can see,
What be your name?
I'm Mr. Augustine Esangbedo.
Esangbedo.
Yeah.
When they born you and when you they grow up, this one not there yet
I
now.
never see anything like this.
What it can happen?
Now this gully, as my uncle was telling, you understand? There was not anything here. This was a major express, direct. People buy and sell here. It was because of this gully that this market definitely closed down.
So now all the water we say they come from
everywhere, Dumbeka, Uhe, Dilogo, Oyomo, all are coming down to this very place. There about 2-3 years ago, if I'm not missing words, there was some 3 years, the scarf company came, said they want to dualize the place. You got me? This is my mother. So, after that I've done, we were all happy, praying that the government should come to our aid and rescue us from this. Because if you go to the Dumogo side now, more than about 15 buildings there have been condemned by this place.
For that side?
If you go to the end, you will see today, people are not living in that place again because of this gully erosion. Where you are standing now, there's our buildings here. We're all living
where we stand, so how's the day?
Yes, that's the. We interact together. When it was not costing a lot of havoc, my uncle now brought this thing just for the other neighboring community to cross over here. This is a chassis of lorry.
Okay, wait.
This is a chassis.
Okay, lorry chassis. Okay, that was the okay chassis for trailer.
Yes.
No, put it here. So
I will take on construct here. There were 2. After getting expansion here, one fell into this very place. That was how we lost. If you watch now, this is a chassis.
People they pass here.
We risky it.
May you fair risk up. Wait.
This is a chassis now. See, this is a vehicle. A big vehicle. You see to it? This is that's a chassis. You see to it? I cross here every day. I play over here. There was nothing like this here.
Which quarter be that side?
This is Idumomo. This is Zebu community.
Okay, it's Zebu community.
Yes.
For Benin, we still get to Zebu community.
This is my community, Zebu. Where only I came from, Igwebe. This is only as compound, where there's a big mango now. After the king of Igwebe, you see this second community here. This is only as compound, where you see a big mango.
You mean say some people are Benin people, they be one?
Okpa Makin.
Who they call me? Who they call me?
So, please, the governor, Excellency, Senator Modokwe was to come to our aid. People have lost their building, homeless, because of this. So I beg, in the name of God, they should come to our aid and help us out.
Where your mommy where they see us now? She died.
We went inside again now. We are dying here. A lot of buildings have destroyed here.
Cameraman, come.
Beg. Here is direct to garage now.
Okay, wait first, make it. Come, no fear. Cameraman, come. My cameraman name na Ehoe. Come, no fear. I don't hear. You see?
I'm going to show you a pump there, federal government pump. It's inside the hole now. Where we are very small, we fetch water at the pump. If you go front before the pump, so
from town road now, from Egbore primary school now, from that Labaso.
Yes.
9 they go so.
Like this.
Now see they go road to that side.
Exactly.
Hey, whoa.
Has been a long time. Any government will call, they will promise, no one will turn back again. I beg in the name of God, Modokwe with Sanishama, it should come and help us. And
you say some talk to an idea.
12 why? Arasa, your excellency, sir. Oato, Mr. Augustus and Bodovi Gwebe, the book quarter. Enu Yona, we are maybe say, eh, Nata, your excellency. Uwane wo bonevena, Kakabo, whatever destroy. Enu Yona Makari Vena, again Mary Woka. Enama Reka, Akivena, Edmamudi, I know who are very. I do a Kivena, and I owed Igwebe market. Because I know you're not Rivena. At the end of the day, I must kiss Venari. Master Rivena, Governor Vai, AIG Woma, and Niki Gopano, Eaki Bobai, Remuni Caterpillar, Eki Gopano. And a while, Wogo, Maimia, Donovan family Uyona. I'm Yaro, Robovania. I want to manage you want to say Canon or Yakari. I will manage Ariveni, I'm Yaki Bomu, Eki Go in a Bowa. Any school need to the express educational revenue. I'm a running madam school. So let him know I did what to have a let him out the normal village. Namerica and not drinking. And maybe a governor, yes, as you are talked by Abu Baba.
Waiting they happen.
I was born and brought up here. My mother had a shop here.
Your mother said a shop here?
Yes, this girl place destroyed it.
Then I say area journalist was here.
Mama,
Nene. Over for. Call you. I call your area. They say you first get store before for them.
I'm not the parking store.
But mommy, this thing first day here before.
I'm a car. Mama, I bought ya so hell. A lupuna. Oh, my lord. I'm a mega. Two-room store, maybe you. Or Menahiba. In a two-room store, Menahiba.
2 rooms.
Or maybe you. It's sorry if I will not get to the Menahiba, I'm not back here. Hotel Menahiba.
Mommy, this hole when I see for you. This hole here. This one. If I day here before.
I'm a car, my man, Boyati here. A new Vuna. Or my car, everywhere in a hand doorway. Or in a dot tonwa, and then. My man bought another Diana, my American and my good goody. Get here, I know. Man, you want
make governor come do.
Me when the governor don't know you, ma. No salo by no trouble, no harbor. Or I will my bed will fuere boulet. And then mamma got a new vuna when I hear. And I hear even my mouth there. My mouth then I like better. And I like in my door, my make my like better. And I may not be stopped or in a here, Mera.
Mommy, now true they say this bush na market before.
Na market na. Na market.
Yeah, this say you know some speak pidgin, you don't knock on the market. Egbera we talk here me. Call you ma. I go pass your message to governor.
Okay.
Make governor make the come do. Say friend dey fall you go dey fear.
Na. Ongalu gidi manga shake wo. My make my teta.
Koye.
Okay.
You go reach 100 years.
Bye
Bye. Oga.
RTV.
How you dey?
Gosunu.
Na this area you dey.
Now that has a day. If I want to go garage now, go past this dollar journey. The worst part today, na person even fall for this thing.
Hi.
Not be lad.
Yeah, una call this is there before this thing come chop like this.
We not see una na total who go tell. Anna, who go tell? As I don't see you now, I dey tell Baba God thank you. As I don't see you today, I dey happy.
So the water where they come from Igwebe.
As that has go even dey heat, sometimes he go climb up. Igbo say Makachuku. They tell you.
Edo State Erosion Control, Edo State Ministry of Works, Edo State Government, I dey for Igwebe local government, I dey for Izebu quarters and Iduogo.
Osunu, now wetin dey happen? Osunu na, now wetin dey happen? Osunu, now wetin dey happen?
Waiting they happen.
However, they said I wrote before. Some people don't stay in this area for like many years. The thing shocked them. So they follow me, they waka, they come. My brother, how you doing?
Fine, oh, well done.
I dey for Igwebe.
Yes, so
Where are they so?
you dey in Uzebu community, Igwebe and Idumogo.
From roundabout near Gware Primary School.
To this place, thank God say you don't see as the place be. This if rain dey fall.
With na moat be this Sabina.
See, here was formerly a road, a major road.
Major road.
This major road, what you are seeing now, it was a former major road. Gradually, it get to this stage. Nobody. So we are appealing to Governor Monde Okpebo.
Look my eye.
Governor Monde Okpebo, I beg, rescue us for this gully. He has taken many souls on our way to government. So please, we are apologizing, please, sir. Monde Okpebo, Akpakomiza, you have been doing it and you will do it. And you are God sent to rescue Edo people. We believe you. You are not just there to speak English for 8 years. Those who spoke English 8 years, they have done.
What they go do here now? What they go do?
Yeah, now we they apologize. May help us do one.
Like
People they fall. See, it red fall now like this. All the erosion when they go ben now here. All the whole erosion when they go ben now here. Even they fall now, everybody they fear. If you see now, say some people say for them to cross this place, you see some bridge. They're not born their way.
there is when governor send engineers coming Igwebe now.
Hey, it may say now, I beg. I don't need that. I beg Governor Monde Okpebo. I beg. One word. Monde Okpebo. Wo rekpa mai. Ma via bi Gwebe. Oyama le ramudeni governor with Gwebe na. People don't come out for house. They don't abandon their houses. For this side now, people don't roof. They don't abandon house. Erosion don't cover their houses. So please, Monde Okpebo, we believe you. We believe you.
Thank you, Shop Loco.
Thank you.
Hey, whoa. No fear, share and drop your comments. And then for Igwebe, local government, Igwebe. The only local government wait there for inside the local government. But are there for Uzebu quarters. It won't go. You know, so if you come in land, you will see different quarters. Hey, whoa. What else, sir? I got this community today. And they come make a call.
Na road before.
Yeah, na road.
Here na road before. Here na road. It's coming from west. From west. Here na road. Now because of the erosion that cut it. You see how?
Sure.
Osume. Waiting they happen.
ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
Hello and welcome to Women in Conversation on ITV. You're live from our Lagos Network studio. I am Patricia Uremu Gabriels, and today I have seated with me some beautiful women that will be looking at domestic violence. But before we go into the program properly, I'm going to be introducing my guests who are seated here looking very pretty. Of course, I have on my right Princess Edith Madejomo. She is an entrepreneur and the CEO of Freedit Global Limited. Edith, you're welcome.
Thanks for having me.
And then on the far right, I have Abiodun, who is a registered welfare worker in the UK, and she's a women's speaker. Abiodun, you're welcome.
Welcome.
And then to the left, of course, I have Barrister Chisom Agbafo. Chisom is a legal practitioner. You're welcome, Chisom.
Thank you very much.
Okay, ladies, we're going to be looking at domestic violence.
Can I just say something?
Yes, please.
With this particular situation, she was not, it was in the, when they were courting or dating, that he was in drugs and had all this. And she went ahead to marry.
They're getting married in November.
I would advise,
with all the red flag.
With all the red flags, I do not believe that she should have. She should
you
go
know,
ahead with that.
You know my
And then
thing.
the man is also now complaining.
Yeah.
After with his own issues.
Yes.
And she has
That's
accepted
why
him.
she said
And she's complaining that he has 5 boys and he has, you know. To me, I just feel that, you know, she probably was not even looking, and she's looking, you know, obviously love
So
or whatever
that brings me to what Chisom said. Chisom said the shame is the number one for women.
That's it.
If I leave him, who will marry me?
I'm married to a pastor. How would I come out and say this? I just got married.
Oh, I mean, she's not married yet. She's not married yet. She has a chance to
She has been waiting for years.
Yes.
So I'm getting older and all that.
Who else would want
some
me?
people just want that name. So
single, but anyway, not everybody.
some people just want that name, Mrs.
Exactly.
Mrs.
They want
Somebody
that
else.
settled
Somebody
in
just
a
want to be a
relationship, and you know, I don't even think, because some people used to say, I think most people will say, oh, the man has money. The man has money. But if you
But in
check,
this case, the man does not have money.
exactly, if you even check marriages going back, dated back to the 80s, those women face a lot of domestic violence, but they won't say anything
because they enjoy the money.
And there's no money.
Was it really
How
money?
much money?
It was patient endurance.
Exactly. So
and like
endurance
the
was
family
the test.
thing.
Endurance is the test of marriage. If you, yes, you're now.
If you learn to persevere, learn to endure the pain,
all the
that is what
beating.
prepare you to be a true.
Welcome back. We're still here on the Women in Conversation, and we're still seated with Abiodun, Edith, and Chisom. Okay, we've talked about the other question. Let's go ahead, moving on. Does character flaws contribute in domestic violence? Who is taking this? Who is starting first? Character flaws, does it contribute to domestic violence? Chisom, you want to take it ahead?
For me to start, I would say character has nothing to do with domestic violence. You know, there's something we call provocation in law. You could say, oh, the woman provoked you to, you know, she was shouting. Because I know, you know, we women, we have our own flip side where we could get emotional, you could talk to the man anyhow and all of that. But it still doesn't give that man that, should I say, the audacity to raise his hand or shout at you. Because I would say to every woman, even if it is a slap, run. One slap is enough for you to know what is coming. Or even if, I think there was a time my auntie was telling me her husband just screamed at her. It was a scream, not even a slap. So the scream was looking like the next thing that would come. It's going to be physical. So instead she took action, and then she left the house. Said, I'm not going to be in your space if this is, you know, going to introduce any sort of physical violence. So I think women need to acknowledge.
But did that work for her?
It did,
okay.
Actually, because, you know, for him to know that I would lose this woman if I act this certain way. She wouldn't tolerate this. But a lot of people would say no now, just because he shouts at you. Why would you do this? It's nothing. You understand?
They will say maybe because you have somewhere going.
Correct.
Maybe because your eyes is already somewhere. Maybe because you have somewhere that want to entertain you or accommodate you. You already have eyes somewhere. That's why you're just a little shout. You're just going. You know, they have a way of romancing the matter.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
They romance the matter and make you the victim. And make you
exactly.
And make you the victim.
And make you the victim. Meanwhile, you are the complainer. That's what.
Exactly.
That's it.
But what you're saying is that can character flaws contribute?
Yes.
I believe so.
That's why I said,
can he contribute?
yes, that's why I said there's something we call
so.
provocation
Yeah.
in law.
Okay, that's law. We are talking of your character now. You know, truly, if you ask me, character could contribute to domestic violence.
Of course.
Because if you have a terrible character and this person has been enduring, has been patient, and one of the days you'll be pushed to the wall, you're human.
Like I said earlier, there are some people that are very good in abusive violence. You know, just as we have emotional violence, physical violence, abusive violence, they may not go physical on you, but they can use their mouth, this their God-given mouth, to mentally reduce you and demean you to the barest minimum. They will talk you down that you will see yourself as equal to maybe a bedroom slippers. You've not seen where maybe a friend, you have an outing, because the way your husband has talked you down, you feel like, what am I even going to do there? Who is going to see me there? Am I equal to these people? They will be looking at me as if I'm not. You know, inferiority complex will just wear you garments because the man has reduced you to nothing.
Yeah.
Are you getting it? So these are abusive violence in marriage or in relationship, and these are the characters we are talking about. And when you say tell people this man is being violent or this man is abusing me, they'll ask me what way. Is there a mark on you?
Okay, let me come in there, Edith. That brings us back to the writer that says they have their own life. That's the women. Their joy doesn't depend on their husband's mood. They realize that a healthy woman makes a healthy home.
I would say this boils down to a woman should be up and doing. They have, like what you said, just read out. A woman that is up and doing have their own rights and they know their rights. When a woman is up and doing, she's busy. She's busy. Day in, day out, she's busy. She may not have the 24 hours to pay attention to whatever you are doing. It helps to a great extent. Because when there is issue at home and she has work to go, work to do or work to go, at some point in time, she will leave the house for you. If the man is not going anywhere. At that time, that moment, that space, there may be healing. There may be calmness, in whatever that must have arise between them. This will help in relationship when the woman is up and doing. So when you have a case, there are some men that are actually not doing anything. All they do is sit at home and wait for their wife to come from work, from their business places.
Who pay the bills?
Okay, that's where the woman goes. So when the woman speak out that the bill is on me too much, the weight is on me is too much, the man became abusive. Why will you speak? You're supposed to be the head. And the woman is being pressed down. She's tired.
That's why, sorry, Princess, what you're saying now, in the issue of character contributing to, there are women who have been, I would say Muslim women, they are very reserved. They don't, because I think there's one case I handled in court one time. She's a reserved woman, a well brought up Muslim woman, covered head to toe, but the domestic violence was a lot. So in that aspect, you can't say her character contributed to, because she barely talks. She's an introvert, but the man is something else. So that's why I was saying on the issue of does character contribute? To an extent, it doesn't.
It depends.
I want to hear from your own angle. Does character flaws contribute to domestic violence?
It depends. Like in your case, it's different. But sometimes a man comes home, he's doing his best and everything. And some women, as my sister said, there's domestic verbal abuse, and all you get is discouragement every time and every day. And one day, it's not like, there's a difference to a domestic abuser than one-time domestic abuse. Yeah, which I'm not saying is right. But this is a man that has been providing, has been doing his best. But you have a woman who's materialistic, all she wants, she's just pulling him down and he's doing his best. And one day, that happens. So
Yeah.
what I'm just saying, it can contribute in certain cases, but what we have to check is that in research, when we look at research, what are the reasons domestic abuse happens? You find out, as I say, financial, mental
there are a lot
health,
of reasons. There are a lot of
mental
reasons.
health,
Yeah.
maybe inferiority, your wife is doing better than you, or
Psychological
issues. So we need
Health
to look
issues as
health
well.
issues,
Maybe mentally
mental health. It's
challenged.
usually drug when somebody is on
Yes,
alcohol, drugs,
Anger.
mental health, anger issues.
Anger control.
That's what contributes.
You know,
so we
there's
need to
still-
look at the
there's
reasons why a man or a woman starts to abuse a woman.
There's
But
also-
when we deal with that issue,
Yeah.
then we'll see that it's
Do you know, we are not talking about it.
Sorry, Edith. Are you saying that some abusing domestic violence doesn't start from day one? Something could, trigger it, or something can lead to it. Is that what you're saying?
there's some, it could be your parents. You've seen your parents. We see a lot of research. They say that they've seen their parents, so then to the father, then the son
I think
does the
it's a
same
normal
thing. They've
thing.
seen them in the
It's a
family.
normal
That's
thing.
what they say.
My
They say
dad
it's
was
normal.
doing it to my mom, and there was no
They're
uproar, there was
ridicule.
no
Yeah.
issue. I think it's a normal
That's
thing.
why I said dominance. You know,
Maybe that's the
some
way
people
they
grow up with as
that.
the man in the house.
Mhm.
You have to dominate. You have to control. If you don't control women,
You're not in
she
charge.
would- Exactly. So for
It's
you
not
to
his family line.
show
You
that
see, the father did it,
you
the
have to-
grandfather did
If
it,
you're not
the
in
mother.
control, you're not in charge.
Just like
If your wife doesn't allow
polygamy.
you to be in charge, then she's dominating you. Then
And
you
in
have to
some
do
women
everything
too, in some
possible.
family, is the woman too that dominates.
Dominates,
And
of
sometimes, as you
course.
say, domestic abuse is not just physical. It could be curses. It could be verbal. You just see that in that lineage, is the man does not succeed. It's the woman, because they reduce them
Yes,
to
it's
nothing.
two ways. I've seen cases where the woman is the abuser.
True.
You talk down the man. Everything the man does, the woman talk it down. There's no good thing about the man. Even when the man will buy a car, instead of you to appreciate the car, you say, this is the type of car your mates are
Okay,
buying.
so my problem, or rather, my question now is, why are you talking down your husband? Didn't you see him like that before you got married to him? Or the other way around?
Some people were born with sharp mouths.
I think if
No, I don't think so. Some people were born with sharp mouths.
Some people
Okay,
get
yeah,
sharp mouths
okay.
with their parents.
Maybe
Or their family.
they're loud.
I
They
think it's
just-
the issue of temperament.
Even they inherited from their family.
They've been talking
sharp
so there were
mouths.
2-3 months. They just talk.
Yes.
But then you have to
They don't. They
parenthood
talk before they
train
reason.
that child.
They
to
talk
They
well.
talk before they
reason.
reason, and they don't feel bad whenever they utter any
because
wrong
that's the
statement.
best form of
Some people don't know how to
expression
tell you
them.
sorry.
Correct.
Sorry is just a
that's an
big
attitude. That's a
thing.
character. You can't say sorry.
Character flaw.
Can melt
Everything. Some people can't say sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry is like
It's very
asking them to
powerful.
go to the palace and carry the king. Pride on top nothing. Oh. Just a little sorry. Yeah. Do you know what sorry can do? Sorry can go a long way.
Can go a long way.
You know, just like I said, some women inherited bad mouth from their family. The only inheritance they
It's a
got from their
character
family
trait.
is just the bad mouth.
Exactly.
Are you getting it? It's not a laughing matter. Are you getting it? And
That's the way you
they
said
feel to
it.
always say sorry. What is sorry? If I offend a little child of 2 years, oh my darling, I'm so sorry about that. I've taught my daughter how to say sorry in everything, that she even says sorry for nothing. Sorry, it goes a long way.
You know,
When you realize that, oh, what I said has angered this person or is making this person to feel bad. Please, sorry about that. The person may be angry at that moment, but you know, after a while, you will think it through.
Oh, yeah, she even said sorry.
She even said
You know
sorry. And
what I was
calm
going
down.
to
But
say?
some of us can't say sorry.
Abia, do you have
So what I was
something
going to say, that sorry is very powerful, and I think that's why, you know, when I know domestic violence, it could just be training that man, that woman in, you know, characters can change, people can change that. It starts from when you hear the word of God. To me, it's like medicine, and you know, it changes your mind. No. Seriously, can you imagine when you change your mindset? No, because when you train somebody, when you tell them that this is, you know, change their thinking, because some people have some thinking attitudes, you know, anger, pride, and everything. And when they see themselves the way, you know, to me, you know, God sees them, and then they see the love of God, things like this can change gradually. Your attitude, saying sorry is pride. Some people, they'll never. But onto that God, the Spirit of God breaks that hardness from your heart, then you'll be able to
Why are we
do
not
certain
talking
things.
about financial violence? there is financial violence. There's a case where the man is in charge of every penny that goes out of the house.
That's a case of Osinachi.
Every penny that goes out of the house, that is financial violence. You want to buy,
the man is in charge.
And you want the money that you worked for. You want to buy sanitary pad, the man will have to take excuse from the man. You want to buy matches, you want to take excuse from the man. You want to buy a diaper for the children, you have to take more, beg the man to spend your money.
Okay, speaking on the children, that brings me to this question. For the children in a domestic marriage, how do you think they will behave when they grow? Or how do you think their thoughts while that thing is going on between the mom and the dad? What do you think will be going through their thoughts?
Okay, well, for issue of children, normally in any family where domestic violence occurs, there's always trauma. There's always signs of trauma with the children, and then they will need therapy moving forward. So parents need to know that it affects. I mean, there are a lot of clips you see online where the father and the mother are beating each other while the children or the little child is trying to, separate them and all of that. That sticks with the child for life. So that is the implication of what domestic violence can cause. It makes the children, mentally disturbed. The only way they could, move forward, is it through violence, and it also makes them introverted. They hardly say anything. It projects fear in them.
Barrister Chisom, thank you so much. We're going to be going on a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned. Come back. We're still here on Women in Conversation, seated with the pretty women in the house. We have Edith, we have Abiodun, and we have Chisom in the building. Chisom, you were saying something before we went on the short break.
Okay, yeah, I was talking about the implications of domestic violence on children. So I was saying that there is always a lifelong trauma with those children that go through domestic violence.
So what would they do as grown-up children when they grow up, so this won't affect their thinking in life or in marriage?
Okay, the first thing is acknowledgement. You see, I keep mentioning acknowledgement. When you acknowledge something that this is bad and I can't take this, that because, we teach kids that there's difference between good and bad. So you need to know that all shades of violence is bad. Because even some of these children end up becoming bullies in their schools because of what they see their father do. So
their parents too.
Of course.
Not just their father. So women are also bullies. Yeah.
Exactly. So that trait of bullying just stays with them for a very long time, affects their social presence, social life and all of that. So the best thing is they should acknowledge that this is a bad thing. Parents should acknowledge that when you see, it shouldn't just even happen, even if it happens once, you see that, oh, my son was there while we were arguing. You need to address it. You need to call the child, try and therapeutize that child.
Letting the child know that
it is not good to raise your voice. You heard your father raising his voice. It's not good. Don't ever try this with anybody but because you feel like, oh, it's a kid, what do they know? They won't see it. It's just 4 years old.
They won't remember when they grow up.
Exactly. But that's where they get it wrong. So they need to be able to understand that doing things like that in front of the kids, it's not acceptable.
It's a no-no.
It's a no-no.
Edith, what's your contribution on that?
Okay, I would say, like she rightly said, acknowledging the fact that there's a problem. Then you commit to say, I must not replicate this. This that I know is a problem, and growing up, I didn't like it when it was happening in my family, I must not duplicate this. Then you work towards it and make sure anything that will bring such traits, anything that will make you violent, you cut it out of your life. Then when you are choosing a spouse, you look out for those traits in order not to replicate what happened while growing up.
Abiodun, do you want to take it from the prayer angle?
You know what? To me, it's like prayer is the key to everything, in the sense that you have an issue. I mean, when all things are failed, you tried even the therapeutic work, even the trying to change. Sometimes it takes another kind of power and motivation to want to change. Some people want to change, but they can't change. they go back to what they were doing before. Do you understand? So what makes them, what is the power, what's the energy that makes them say, today I must change? It must be the power of God. So even these children that go through therapy, because even me, I've, counseling when my mom passed away and everything, it's not, you go through, yes, good to talking therapy and everything, but there's something that happens on the inside of you, spiritually, that will just make it
I'll give you peaceful. A rebate.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'll give you a rebate.
Yes.
Yeah, so to me, that my contribution will just be that, there's power,
in prayer.
In prayer.
Thank you, Abiodun. Yeah. Thank you, Pastor Abiodun. Thank you so much, Pastor Abiodun. Okay, let's go to probably the last question for the day. What makes marriage last? What are those inputs that you want to put in your marriage that will make your marriage last?
How this question is not coming to me.
One has been told we do not have much time. On a lighter mode, what are the inputs you want to put in a marriage to make the marriage last?
Dedication, love, commitment. We have this in order, I think. Prayers. Yeah.
We're coming back to
covered.
Exactly. I'm going to make you speak last on this. I'm going to make you speak last on this. So, Chisom.
Okay, as you know, my angle is different because as a lawyer, let me just say this. As a lawyer, I have handled a lot of divorce cases, even from the most religious couple. So I would not say prayer is the main focal point that keeps a marriage is respect. Respect is the principal thing for me, as well as wisdom, if you want to go through the biblical part. Exactly. Yeah. So respect, once respect goes out of any form of relationship, that's it. If you don't respect this person enough not to raise your hand, you don't see this woman, you don't respect her, that is gone. It goes towards domestic violence. That's the only route it can go, either emotional or psychological. So I would advise a lot of women out there that it is respect that keeps a marriage. You respect the fact that this is my husband, and the husband should also respect the fact that this is my wife. I mean, she's not just an object that I would, throw her around, beat, shout at, or everybody deserves respect. Just like Princess said the other time, that even when you tell a kid, oh, I'm sorry, I did this, there's a level of respect that you need to have in that relationship.
Thank you, Chisom. Abiodun, your last one.
Okay. Everything that you've said, respect, dedication, love, commitment, and to me, the one thing sums everything up, and that's love. Yeah? The Bible says that love covers the multitude of sins. So to me, when you love your husband, to me, before I get married, I must know that I can respect this man, and I'll love and make that commitment that regardless of what happens, the circumstances, I will continue to love this man with all my heart and do my best to be the best wife, to be submissive, to be committed. And my top thing is that to be focused, because there must be, before you marry, there must be a purpose that you guys are pursuing, a vision, one vision, not division, so that you know before you marry that this is our purpose. This is where we want to be. This is where God has given us. This is the vision that we want to commit. So we'll commit to that vision until eternity, until we go to be with the Lord. So love
for you is love. For me, anyway, we've come to the end of this program, but for me, it's communication. I mean, if you're not communicating rightly, love can never hold water. But anyway, Chisom says respect. And then Abiodun here says love. And then my edit says commitment. And I say communication. Until we see you same time next week. Thank you for joining us on Women in Conversation. My name is Patricia Uremu Gabriels.
ITV, certainly the best. RTV, certainly the best.
Much obliged to have you join us on the program Politics Today on independent television and radio. Apologies for bringing in the show behind time due to some unforeseen circumstances. We're here now. That's all that matters. Thank you for your understanding. Let's get the show started by looking at some of the stories we are following in the political landscape. Within the week, we saw veteran politician Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso officially defecting to the African Democratic Congress ADC from the New Nigeria People's Party NNPP, bringing with him significant political clout and stirring new momentum in the opposition coalition. The transition witnessed by party stalwarts and thousands of supporters in Kano State marks a high-profile shift in Nigeria's political pre-election arithmetic. On March 30, 2026, Kwankwaso completed his formal registration with the ADC at Gida Kwankwasia on Miller Road, Bompai in Kano, receiving his membership card in front of party leaders, supporters, members of the Konkwasiya movement, a grassroots network he cultivated over decades. All right? And then, as a follow-up to that story, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has removed the names of David Mark and Rauf Aregbesola from its official records as National Chairman and National Secretary of the African Democratic Congress. The electoral body also announced that it has suspended recognition of all factions within the party, including conventions and congresses, pending the resolution of ongoing legal disputes. INEC stated that the decision follows a deepening leadership crisis within the ADC, as well as a recent Court of Appeal judgment noting that it would remain neutral and be guided strictly by due process. The commission further disclosed that it will not recognize any individual claiming leadership of the party, including Nafiu Bala Gombe, until the matter is conclusively determined by the Federal High Court. According to INEC, it has received multiple legal communications from opposing factions, prompting the decision to halt engagement with all sides and avoid actions that could prejudice ongoing court proceedings. The development marks a significant escalation in the internal crisis within the ADC, raising concerns about the party's stability ahead of the 2027 general election. And on a final note, the African Democratic Congress ADC has called for the immediate recognition or sack of the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Joash Amopiton, accusing the electoral body of partisanship and undermining Nigeria's democracy. Addressing a world press conference in Abuja on Friday, ADC National Chairman David Mark said the party had completely lost confidence in the electoral umpire, insisting that INEC's recent actions were unlawful and a direct assault on democratic principles and institutions. He alleged that the commission had taken sides in an internal party dispute and acted in content of a Court of Appeal ruling by withdrawing recognition of the party's leadership. Mark accused the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu of orchestrating a broader agenda to weaken opposition parties ahead of the 2027 elections. According to him, the move was aimed at creating a political environment where the ruling party emerges as the only viable option despite rising insecurity and economic crisis across the country. And of course, Femi Falana has projected, prophesied, postulated that it's very possible that in 2027 we may just have only one presidential candidate in view of what is happening in the country. Yesterday, the APC in Edo State held its primaries for the local government elections. While some have emerged as the flag bearers of their party, others are licking their wounds. Others are concerned that the exercise did not follow due process in line with democratic institution. Perhaps we're going to see more of those reactions coming up in the days ahead of the local government election. Welcome on board the program Politics Today. I'm Sonny Duke Okoso. My guest live with me in the studio is Comrade Collins Amadi Osaga, a chieftain of the APC, political analyst and a grassroots politician. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Sonny Duke, listener and viewers at home. Good morning to all of you.
We also have with us on the program Christopher Ojekere. He is the ADC Media Coordinator at the State Chapter. Christopher Ojekere, thank you for joining us on the program Politics Today. Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you, Sonny. Good morning, and thank you for having me here.
Fantastic. Okay, let's get started with some of the pressing issues. We'll start at the national level and then we'll cascade to the local level. And the drama that is ensuing around the ADC is something to talk about, with the INEC chairman recognizing, refusing to continue to recognize the leadership of the ADC and of course suspending all engagement with all the different factions. I heard, even though I've not been able to confirm that the ADC currently has about 10 or 9 ongoing litigations. And it also be alleged that the current leadership of the party bought the party allegedly from an individual. It is sum of 1.6 billion naira. It was alleged. It's there in the public media space. Talk to us, Chris, of the drama and the issues surrounding the status of the ADC and the likelihood that if this goes unabated, unreconciled, unaddressed, the party may not be able to field any candidate in the 2027 election. Chris.
Well, I think what is worse is not just that the party will not be able to field any candidate in 2027 election. What is worse is that Nigeria might just be at the end of its existence. There is so much that you can do to contain a people who have just one hope to escape from your tyranny and your fascism and all the deleterious policies as a government put upon the people. And they have one hope of escape from it using democratic means, and you think you can stand on the way to is going to participate in the 2027 elections. Nigeria of the mind, they are gravitating towards the ADC, and that nobody can stop. Nobody owns this country. We are watching a narrative that is such a sad narrative, that is so embarrassing, that a professor of law, so-called, or a professor of whatever discipline Amopitan might have or might be, cannot understand simple judgment of the courts. He cannot understand the simple meaning of the return to status quo ante the loan. It is embarrassing that he is pretending that he doesn't know what we all know, that is being twisted by the APC government to create confusion and introduce the kind of anarchy the nation is yet to see, similar to what we saw that led to the Nigerian Civil War. We are not going to paper over this, and we are not going to be criminality. We are going to meet criminality with the measured force and the measured resistance that criminality in governance and in high places, deserves in this country. We are not the political party that he thinks that he can bring in his goons and his lackeys to come and destroy, because as we have said severally, it is APC against the Nigerian people. What is happening is that the APC, once more, just as it did with the PDP and it did with the Labour Party, has gone to get an individual who, to all intent and purposes, has been paid and then used or being used as a tool to infiltrate a party that has refused to recognize such antics. And we're not going to recognize such antics. What's his name? Nafiu has never been the national chairman of the ADC. Nafiu was a deputy national chairman, just like any other deputy chairman. There were 6. Nafiu resigned his membership from the NWC and from the party in May of 2025. In September, ADC dissolved that executive committee and then instituted the new executive committee. All of these are within public domain. Nafiu's resignation letter is within public domain. Nafiu's own comment on his Facebook, praising that dissolution, praising the ADC the coalition from coming into the ADC under the leadership of David Mark and Ralph Adegbeshola, I'm quoting his words, are all on the public space. So what the appeal court was simply saying in response to our letter was that because the substantive case has not been heard in the federal courts, we should go back to the federal court to go and hear the case. But in the meantime, let everything remain the way it is. And the way it was, or the way it is that David Mark was the chairman of the party and Rafiu Aregbesola, the secretary of the party.
Okay.
That a so-called professor cannot understand such simple interpretation is another sad narrative in this circus that we call Nigeria. We are not going to be.
All right, Chris, I'll come back to you in just a moment. Let me bring you in calling somebody else. Now, Amopitan is saying that he wants to stay neutral, or INEC wants to stay neutral until all the issues surrounding this leadership tussle is resolved at the level of the court, where we heard that about 9 legal issues, contestations are ongoing. But by this action of Amopitan, isn't that a reflection of being being partisanship, of taking sides with maybe a faction of the party, as it were?
Sonny, thank you very much. The problem I have with this country is that most times those who are supposed to lead by example always fails to, and begin to roll the ball and bag the quarrel and crisis on another. This same INEC chairman refuses to recognize the nephew-led team, even when they got an injunction for David Mark and his gang not to be recognized. He still recognized David Mark. His name and their credentials remain in the INEC portal. They did not call him evil. Now, when another judgment now came, at this point, I think his hands are tied. It's obvious, and he stated the obvious. Now, if you are decamping or moving to another party, must you people take charge of the whole leadership? Now, can the previous leadership not continue and you join your force with them and get what you want? Must you push everybody away? These are the problem. You come in, you want to take it all. The same character they exhibited with Labour Party, the same character they exhibited in the so-called NNPP, because NNPP, they even went to meet them, Kwakwaso and his team. You don't just continue to invade and want to take all. There should be a way you make balances. Even if your new team have some force, you can share and you get the result.
Well, this leadership you're talking about resigned their leadership position in the party, paving a way for this new leadership.
You said, I resign. What if I was coerced to resign? What if I resign at gunpoint?
But nobody's saying that. Nobody has said that.
I am coming.
Yes.
The same person you alleged I resigned have told you he did not resign. That is not his signature. So, would you cry more than the bereaved? The problem we have, no matter how you have even commit yourself to party, when your opinion begin to differ, they begin to see you as an enemy. They begin to see you as one who is faulty. Let's leave INEC out of this. He that must come to equity must come with clean hands. How clean are the hands of David Mark, El-Rufai, the Obis, and the Atikus? What is pursuing them from their party? Why will you always create crisis and run away? Can't they manage crisis? Can't they resolve issues? Were any of them suspended from the party? Were any of them pushed out from the party? And now that become a merit on which they move to another party. They've created a problem that they cannot solve and they run away. You run to a new home, you want to send everybody on exile in 1 week. No. No. It's not done anywhere. Must Aregbesola be secretary? Why not David Mark, chairman, then the nephew team being secretary? Assumingly, because those are the old pioneers. Because that was exactly what they did in the Labour Party. You want to have it all. That was exactly what Atiku do. You want primary. They told you, let us be magnanimous in this victory. Let us open arms. You said, no, he will fight me later. Wike will fight me later. You brought someone else. And the people you bring are always of little minds. They cannot stay. They cannot weigh war. They can't weigh temptation. They cannot stand. When the rain is falling, they run away. They will not allow the rain to beat them in the struggle. Then the man said, you can see, we will know who is the original owner. The owner will stay. No matter the conflict, we will resolve. We will solve the problem. Today, who is the landlord in PDP? Now they don't even have shelter where they have run to, because they were not asked to go. Why didn't you give Wike, for example, that slot to be deputy, and you made your force together, like what you saw in Edo when we had our primary? In short, we had 2 primary. His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, was pacified. I said, okay, what we need is to bring about good governance. Okay, you have already gone to the court. Please, move out of the court and let us work together. That is the development you are seeing today in Edo. Dennis, a very loyal man to his master. They are working in collaboration, even though the third force within the system have tried over the time to create discord between them, to say stories where they are not. But I'm sure the governor, either he believes them or he doesn't believe them, but I believe he has not believed them. Okay. That is why they are still working together. Right. That is how a system should work.
I'll come back to you. Chris, let me bring you back again. The INEC chairman, Professor Joash Amopitan, is a very seasoned legal icon who's been teaching law for a long time. And I think it was Solomon Lalong who attested to the fact that he was his law teacher back then in his university days. Will it not be better to play safe against the background of these parallel litigations and legal tussles that are going on, so we don't have a situation that emerged like the Zamfara case? And I think there was another state like that a similar thing happened. Plateau State, Zamfara State, and even River State. I mean, is it wrong to play safe? Because I heard you say this is the efforts or the strategy by the government of the day to weaken the opposition and destroy democratic institutions. Can you substantiate these claims that you're making?
All right, Sonny, 2 points. Number one, we have pretended long enough in this country, and that is why you have found that evil have thriven, because good men do nothing. This time, good men are going to do things. Now, if Amopita, as a law professor, had always interpreted the law like this, then we should send all his students back to school, because he has misled law. Number two, it is not in the position of INEC chairman, who is just an administrative officer of an institution, to begin to interpret, adjudicate on cases and on laws. The law speaks for itself. The law was very clear. Return back to status quo. Was Nafiu in any way, in any position, had been in the position where status quo will involve him? Nafiu was never national chairman. So if he wanted to play safe, he would derecognize Nafiu and recognize the chairman whom he has recognized, whom your guest said he's been dealing with. As the chairman, that's the status quo. Why would you now misinterpret the word status quo to mean that we should go back to a state of no governance? To a state of no state.
Just a moment, Chris. We'll take a break for the news headlines, and we'll be back with you so you can establish the points that you're making. Please stay with us. Thanks again for rejoining us. Program is still Politics Today on Independent Television and Radio. We've got Christopher Ojekere, the ADC Media Coordinator at the state, joining us virtually. Chris, you were saying, just quickly anchor the points you were making.
Interpretation he has given is that status quo means that there was no government in ADC, there was no leadership in ADC. That's the interpretation he has given. Status quo means that you should go back to the time before the case was brought to court. And even if we want to take this far-fetched imagination and overstretched metaphor, status quo, who was there before David? So how does status quo translate to derecognition of a status quo that existed? If that is the law, he should stop parading himself as a professor of law. That's an insult to our legal institution and our law schools. As far as I'm concerned now, I'm a better, knowledgeable person in law than he, and I'm not a lawyer. He is an embarrassment. What does status quo mean? Why are we interpreting it as if status quo have never been used in the law court, and status quo does not mean anything? In any case, the arrangement within a political party, the Supreme Court has passed judgment on this, is purely the matter of the internal affairs of the political party. I know in APC they create INEC governors, Supreme Court governors, but that's not democracy. In ADC and in democracy, processes within the political party, internal democracy, produces leadership. And it is within the right of the political party to do that. The court of come of the highest court of the land have said that to us. So why is it? We have a government in place in the ADC. We have a leadership in place, government under your leadership. And Amupitan sits there and twists it to deceive Nigerians. Whatever the leadership of the ADC before the coalition came in chose to do is within their rights in the Constitution. So the sentiment being expressed by your guest in the studio is completely out of it. If he decides today to leave the APC and join the ADC as we are expecting him to do, he will find that the Constitution of the land protects his rights. So if the leadership of the ADC thinks that they have a superior argument of why they should resign their positions, and they do so, and a few are then resigned his position, and whatever had happened later, that does not concern what has been documented, what has been agreed, and the letter is in place. So it is not enough for him to say, I didn't sign, when you have a document. INEC itself has been having correspondence from the ADC leadership signed by David Mark. And in fact, the letter with which we wanted to do our Congress, we wrote it, we sent it to them. They acknowledged and stamped the letter. So how come after you have done all that, you say you are derecognizing? What it only tells me that Amupita does not know the meaning of status quo. Nobody should argue about plain safe or anything. It simply means he doesn't know the meaning of status quo. So
all right, Chris, let's pause there and of course look at other issues that we just highlighted. But I know you want to make a comment on this, but does it make sense that Amopitan, like you acknowledged, recognize the David Mark Aregbesola leadership of the party? In fact, there's been correspondence to that effect. And then all of a sudden, there's a Court of Appeal ruling on the status quo to remain. That status quo ordinarily should be the leadership of Aregbesola and David Mark. But now, Amopitan has discretionarily decided to be neutral until all of these issues are resolved. Now, isn't that partisanship like I asked you before?
It's only, it depends on the lawyer you carry when you have a case. Even if you accuse and you genuinely, you tell your lawyer the truth, he knows the document to put together to exonerate you. Even when he stands before the court and say the accused, yes, did it. But for this reason, my lord, let him be free. And my lord then will now apply his discretion. So that was why I indeed first talked about where the INEC chairman should not be crucified. Because at the time that he recognized them, he was working within the ambit of even the law that he can manage. Okay. Because an injunction came, and he knows that an injunction can also be vacated depending on at what period it has lasted. And he continually recognized David Mark. And the other NAFIU session were protested to INEC that they had a judgment How come you have refused?
So why did he maintain that consistency?
I am coming.
Yeah.
Why come he hasn't yielded? Then the INEC legal team, probably, because I wasn't there, had looked into the issue and advised. And at the time you had to visit the portal and change these people's name, you must have local standing for it.
Okay.
Now he did not. When another full judgment now came, this is no more interim interlocutory. This is now a pure statement that the status quo should remain. Remain means before it started. If the one that handed over leadership for 1.6 billion as claimed said he was no longer interested, there is a deputy who takes over.
But he wasn't the chairman.
I am coming, sir.
Yeah.
That means the whole of the executive should remain. Okay. That is the status quo. In a situation whereby those who ought not to be there is not there, there is no vacuum.
Okay.
That is why there is always an
assistance. All right, colleagues, we're pressed for time. Okay. Let's talk about the other issues that are at the front burner, which has to do with the primaries. I mean, yesterday, for instance, the APC held its local government primaries, and candidates have emerged. But the undercurrents and the reactions and the commentaries out there doesn't seem to bode well for a lot of people who feel that the governor needs to be more assertive in terms of his leadership within the party, and then the party leadership needs to be more democratic, fair, equitable, transparent in the dealings within the party. I mean, I witnessed, I covered a story that was on Friday where some women groups mobilized, and their protest line was that women were being marginalized and that there was a promise for women to get at least 60% of elective positions, and that from even some of the women that came out to register their interest, they are not being given attention. There are clandestine moves to circumvent that process. Let me get your reactions on this.
I think what is presently ongoing in a party we took time to work on fervently, relentlessly, to bring in Governor Senator Modi Okpebholo on board seems to be drifting from the things he needs to do when it comes to human relations. Now, why have I not said it? You talked about primaries. Yes, some leaders were saying in recent time, like in my local government, Oredo, that the governor had said women should be given a certain position, at least 3 councillors out of 12. It was a news. Probably when they wanted to put their girlfriend or their mother. But when that wasn't not working, they went back to bring in, I think whether only one female or not even none. You can imagine. The party seems to have been hijacked.
Hijacked by who?
Yes.
Why does this always come in with political parties?
It's unfortunate.
When this statement only it comes in at at one particular stage, it becomes a slogan that the party has been.
Now,
by who?
For those who probably are not knowledgeable, that didn't go to school, they just go out, they put up a statement, and they start doing. How can you say you have conducted a primary for a local government when there was no form for sales? Now, if you said you went to a consensus, do you do primary? You only do confirmation. So why would you call it primaries? If somebody takes you to court now by your statement that you have gone to contest the primary, you will tell us who and who bought forms. Those who had interest and wanted to run, did they assess the form? Did you advertise for the form? For party members who have interest to run for an election? If you say you conduct a primary, I saw some in television, some were, should I even say they were blaspheming? Saying he don't win, somebody won. Who won? Contested with who? Did the person buy form? At what date and at what time?
Yeah, but this is within the ambit of the leadership of the party.
I know that is why I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's always call a spade a spade. If you said you have done a selection, there should also be an opportunity to call for an enlarged meeting and seek for the opinion of the people. The new electoral act as signed by Mr. President is either is direct primary or is consensus. And when is a consensus, if there is a decisive view or a contrary view, that means you go for primaries. And there must be notice to that effect to whom are concerned. When all of these things are not done, in Edo North and Edo Central, I am sure they were able to manage themselves at the consensus level. Probably they brought the people in the knowing. But in Edo South has been stolen from the same set of people who did not even still want the governor to be governor. The same set of people who pushed the governor out of hall, not to encounter screening. I don't know what they think they are using. I don't know the power they think they are using. But do you know the word? When you speak out, you become the evil. You become the bad. I have tried to manage along with these processes. I have been of a different view with majority of party members. But a situation whereby 5, 6 people are called into a particular room, they take decisions, they think it is correct. Probably they go behind, they blackmail the governor to his face, and they pushed him probably to it. You had a commissioner, a seated commissioner spoke on one of the sister television about some days ago and said a particular minister is blackmailing the governor and he doesn't respect the governor and he forces the governor on decisions. Can everybody continue to keep quiet? For things that some of us did, none of them did part of it. At the time, many of them ran to Abuja to go and hide for survival. Some of us were on the street fighting for the survival.
So, Collins, are you aggrieved?
I am extremely aggrieved. I am aggrieved because there are lots of issues. There are a lot of non-alignments. There are a lot of who are you. And many of us don't really care when you call us who are you. But the truth must be said at all times.
Okay, let me pause you there. I know Chris will leverage on this to invite you to ADC. Chris, let me get your reaction on this. What's playing out with the APC and the just concluded local government primaries. It's an internal issue, and the Supreme Court, just like you attested to, has given several judgments that a party have the constitutional right to determine how they want to run their affairs. Can you take it off from there, Chris?
Yeah, but first, let me very quickly correct Collins. When he says status quo mean to go back to the old executive, there's actually an executive that was put in place September 19 when NEC dissolved what he called the old executive, and it's on the basis of that INEC started to recognize David Mark and Ralph Aregbesola, and I've been dealing with that. So the executive, or the latest executive. Now for Collins, testify to the patriotism of Collins to the APC. Collins has been there fighting, defending. Sometimes people who come on set with him have to create a distance because they feel threatened that he might punch them on the nose, defending the APC. So if Collins is here today and is telling us this, we should believe him. The APC, of course, absolutely has no power and have no decorum, have no competence to be able to conduct any primaries of any kind, because, you know, that's how the party just is. But at least there should be a certain degree of semblance, not this kind of brazen thing that we find where a few people sit down and call themselves the owners of the party, and then they tell other members to go to hell. In that particular case, we share a common ideology. That's what ADC stands for. And that's why he's going to come to ADC, because he sincerely believes in the ideology of democracy, that things should be done. The APC continually disappoints its membership. continually, you see, they have this attitude of talking down, acting down, smashing down their members. And that's why they don't want ADC to survive, because they find that in ADC there's egalitarianism. There is room for the grassroots to be heard, for the grassroots opinion to be taken into consideration as it's been taken. So they don't want another party, an opposition party, to survive so that they can destroy their own members and destroy all other people. And few oligarchs, those few cabals, those fascists will be the only ones controlling the entire country. All men of democracy and of goodwill who believe in democracy and internal party democracy must rise up. Remove the terms now, and let us rise up against these people who are wired to think only of that kind of monarchical system as democracy. So what is happening right now in APC is highly condemnable. And it's even more so when it's coming under the regime of Lucky Monday Okpebholo, who is still struggling with legitimacy of whether he ever won an election or not. So he's not helping the APC.
Chris, there's something I want to ask you. Why is it that at the onset, everything seems to be normal and proper? Everything seems to be done ideally. You see the party's constitution being upheld. You have equity, you have fairness, you have justice, you have transparency. Every known indices of democratic development is upheld within the party, like you are saying now with the ADC. But when the party wins, everything seems to be going normal. There is a change of course. All right, why is that always synonymous with our political system? Why? Just give me that response in one sentence. Our studio number is 08077770300. Dial the number and let's get your reaction to the discussion so far on politics today on independent television and radio. Chris, quickly.
Because within political party are always men who become so greedy, who become so, who are so overreaching that they now think they cannot manage success. So when success comes, they now think that they are the ones that created the success. They forget the people who brought in the success. And that's why the people must become enlightened about this and must find ways, like Collins is doing so, to remind them that it was the people who brought in the success and not them. They were beneficiaries of the success, and now they want to play God. They want to think that they are the only ones who brought it. The people must resist them or bring them down so that they will know that they are mere mortals and no God at all.
Thank you, Chris. Let's take this call. Hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name? Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from? We can barely hear you. Listen like the... Ultimately great. Okay, go ahead. Let's hear you. Okay, we can barely hear you. That's a network glitch. That didn't come from us. 070-080-7777-0300. That's the studio number. Hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name?
Good morning, Mr. Sonny Duke.
Good morning. What's your name, please? Where are you calling us from?
My name is Mr. Chandler calling from St. Xavier. Good morning, Mr. Collins. Good morning, Mr. J.K.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. My take is this. On the issue on the APC first. I concur with my brother in the studio there with Mr. Collins. You cannot be the child and then expect it not to cry. So some people being in the party, when they see things are going wrong, you speak out. That is why I like people like Collins. When things are going wrong, speak out. When things are not going, when they are going well, you should speak out. Mr. Collins, I give you kudos for that. For the one of the ADC shoot themselves the leg. Did you see anywhere where David Mark was elected as a convention or Aribushola was elected as a secretary in a convention? If you want to take over a party, you must all the party members must concur and agree with you. We must agree with you in a unanimous decision. They will agree with you. In this instance, what happened in ADC, you take over a party, you have an
Okay, all right.
Good morning, Independent Radio.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. 08077770300. That's the studio number. Hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name? You're live on Politics Today.
Good morning, sir. Dr. View.
Yes, go ahead. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Yes, go ahead.
I salute your guest.
Thank you.
Oga colleagues, we must live a life of justice, life of wisdom, moderation, and courage to speak truth to power, no matter how you place. You don't destroy your party's finish, you go run. Then destroy that one finish, you go run. You want when you want run, go. No person build them. Not build them where you go see and run to. Now they say square all those parties so. Where you come be like they call the point her to one political party say you want to change out to one party system of government. That one will change out to one party system of government. So you know what you don't suffer? Ain't no weekend today. When we say man, you see they carry PDP along. Who got it there? PDP don't decap. But the other Baba will come from North. You know what I say don't decap? See the other Baba will still vote for when we do for presidential election. It not be solved the party of the Labour Party. He moved to the new party now. New party now, they don't see the fact themselves. So, Oga colleagues, we're in order.
Thank you.
Okay, 08077770300 is the line. Call it and let's get your take. Good morning, caller. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, Mr. Sonny Duke Okoso.
Good morning.
My name is Solomon Ataga.
Solomon Ataga, please go ahead.
What a funny situation Nigeria find themselves. This INEC was the one that accepted the list by David Mark without looking further the situation of the issue. The secret is very simple. The ruling party today, I have an advice for them. What they galvanize with is the president power they have. They are not even organized. They have a crisis which they cannot speak out. We are in a position where when you speak out, either they remove you overnight or they take you to Abuja by DSS. So you have no choice but to live by the idea of one man. The party of a country is living by the ideology of one man, and they are clapping for that. My take is very simple. INEC chairman should do the standing of cancelling opposition. Nigeria will not accept that. Look at what is going on in Edo State now. We have different leadership. Assuming you people does not have this federal power, I believe INEC will come in and say this is not the right way to do. So we are not baby. If we let romance take the way we want it, we that is seeking for justice, are we following by justice? What Wike is doing by now? By now, INEC supposed to expel Wike as from PDP member. But they are still the one, Wike is still the one recognizing. As the party, what does that mean to democracy? I want you people to answer me.
Okay, thank you. Our time is up, but let me get to take now. These issues that we see has always been issues of poor leadership in the political party. How do you think we can eradicate this menace?
First, I think the people must take destiny in their hands as usual, and that is why no matter the party that is in power, people like us have always been in opposition, fighting, not minding the gold that is in the other side. But unfortunately, even when there was not the gold for us to eat from, some people have bent that we will not be part of it. But that's the God owns life. Now, when, especially in Edo South where I come from, the unfortunate thing is that those who call themselves leaders, those who tell themselves that fly a private jet, no matter how small is the position that will even come out, for the ordinary people to participate, they will give it to their children. They themselves have a position. They are contractors. So the people who have been there had no role to play. Go to each ministries, go to places and go and see the way they are all diving into contracts. Yet position will come, they give it to their sons or daughters or girlfriend or wives. And you think this is how we want to build the Nigerian we are advocating for? We are saying people with capacity should be in the system. People who advocated the policies of the party should be in the system. So when the system wants to fail, they can indeed say, this AYZ we told to the masses.
Okay.
This AYZ we must do.
Okay, thank you, Collins. I don't know if Chris is still there. Chris, you want to give us a parting shot before we close the show, Chris?
Just to quickly correct the young man who said David Mark did not come in by convention. You cannot come in by convention until the tenure of the people is over. So when they will come in, they call them caretaker transition committee, which is what it is. It is that caretaker transition committee. When the end of that tenure comes, you will now do a convention. So when the people resigned, David Mark and Aregbesola in September 29 came in as a caretaker transition committee, and that's why INEC recognized them. Now to do a convention that will put them there, the ruling party is afraid that if as a transition committee, they can bring in people like Peter Obi, people like...
The ruling party is saying that you guys should sort out your problems and start calling them into it. Anyway, thank you, Chris, for your time. Collins, thank you so much for your time. That's our program for today on the show, Politics Today on Independent Television and Radio. Be sure to join us next week, Saturday. Thank you for joining us, all our viewers and listeners across the world.
ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
This is Aqua Game, a popular game in Africa played by our ancestors to entertain themselves after each day of farming. It is also relevant in our coronation in Africa. It is a sport and indeed very interesting, as every seed had a role in the game. playtime is 45 minutes per set. There is no age limit as long as you can spin Akwe seed. Ayo or Akwe game, known as the game of intellectual. This game requires a lot of mathematical skills. Akwe game is played with carved wooden box containing 12 holes.
Well, everyone is a hero online until the chips are down, until you meet the person you're talking to one-on-one, face-to-face, when you can no longer hide behind the keypad. Well, is that who you are? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be discussing tonight on the Guys Hangout Show on independent television, reaching you live from the city of Benin. Now, for those that are just joining us for the first time, the Guys Hangout Show is a show that teaches men to put themselves first, to invest in themselves, to prioritize themselves, just so they will be able to live up to society's expectation. My name is Harry Aigboje, and of course, it's always a pleasure to have you join me on the Guys Hangout Show. And tonight isn't going to be an exception. Well, tonight we have a very, very interesting topic, something that has to do with hiding behind the keyboard or the keypad just to talk tough. We're talking cyberbullying. Well, I'm sure a lot of us out there are already familiar with bullying, okay? But what about cyberbullying? Now, that's exactly what we're going to be beaming our searchlight on tonight. And to do this with me is, my very good friend, the one and only Emmanuel Walter. Welcome on board, bro.
I'm really, anytime I'm here, I'm always happy.
Yes, I can imagine how excited it feels to be, seated there.
Yeah, on the hot seat, actually.
Absolutely. I know, I can imagine how hot it is, but, that's basically what the Guys Hangout Show is about, right? We bring people, to occupy the hot seat just so they can, do us the honor of examining most of these topical issues with us. Now, we have a very interesting topic, Walter.
Okay.
Cyberbullying. First off, what's bullying to you?
Bullying. What's bullying? Bullying is oppression. You're oppressing someone you feel a weaker opponent. You feel because you are stronger than him or you are bigger than him, then you can just oppress him and take anything from him.
Okay.
With force, with the use of force.
So in a nutshell, bullying is oppression.
Yes.
Intimidation.
Intimidation. Yes.
Okay, bullying. So let's now take it beyond the physical, because I think your definition pretty much speaks to
the physical
form
realm
of it, right?
Yeah.
But let's take it beyond the physical now.
Okay.
Cyberbullying. What is it to you?
Now, it's almost just the same.
Okay.
It's still oppression. It's still intimidation. Only that now you are not doing it online. And not only are you doing it online, you are not doing it directly to the person.
With your full chest, like they say.
With your full chest, you understand? You are hiding behind the screen of your phone. In most cases, if you ever see that person face to face, if you don't have the power to challenge that person.
Or to say the same things that you're saying online.
Or to say the same thing you are saying to that person. You understand? You might ever be scared, you might ever be shivering. You understand? But because now you are hiding behind the screen of your phone, you feel you have all the power in the world.
Okay.
You get to talk to that person, to intimidate that person. That's cyberbullying.
Okay, so here's the next question I would love to ask. Why do some persons become so confident to, bully other persons online? What gives them that much courage?
First of all, like I said, because you are not meeting that person in physical. The heroes, you are the hero now. You are a hero behind your own phone screen, behind your own keyboard. You understand? So you are giving full. You feel like you are
immunity.
Yes, there's nothing, and I think there's always this anonymous of a thing now that they can't trace you safe. They can't trace you. They can't know who you are. So now being anonymous now, knowing that there's no way they are going to trace you, you just feel you can say. You can do. Are
you talking about people deliberately hiding their identity online?
Yes.
Like no profile whatsoever?
No profile whatsoever. Just for this cyberbullying. You understand? There's also cyber stalking.
Yeah, can you throw a little more light on that?
Cyber stalking now, you are just obsessed
with a person.
With a person. You understand? Some people actually, they don't take it lightly with cyber stalking. They don't actually take it lightly with cyber stalking. You understand? Because now you are following their pages back to back, always checking their new posts. You get every now and then you are always on their page. You are not doing any other thing on social media.
You're just following them.
Following them on their
monitoring
page.
Their activities.
Monitoring their activities. If they get a new shirt, if they get a new car, you are just following them. And now that is also affecting your own mentality, because you are feeling now, I'm better than him. Does he have two heads?
So the essence of doing that is to, compete with the person.
Yes, that's another reason why. Now, the cyberbullying now, let's merge cyberbullying and cyber stalking together now. In the process of stalking this person, you understand, you're seeing the person
as inferior.
Getting cars, getting things that you can't afford. Now you are feeling, does he have two heads?
Okay.
Is he better than you? The next thing that will come to your mind now is how to tarnish his image, that person's image. You come online, you start seeing stuffs about that person. Start seeing stuffs about that person. You start harassing the person. The person does not know you from Adam. You don't know the person from Adam. You only know him through the social media. In most cases, I'm not sure, he might have not even come across your own page on social media. So now you are doing this now just to chase clouds, to attract attention. People should also notice. People are noticing that person now. They should also notice you, that you yourself, you're also here.
Okay.
You get?
Now, I want us to get more practical with this. I think there's also a category of people on social media that are called trolls.
Yeah.
Right? Who are trolls, and how do people troll other people?
These trolls of the people now, they are, let's say, let me use this example now. A person is a stan of an artist. You know what a stan means? It's a diehard fan.
A diehard fan,
of that artist. Now, another person just come online. Let me say, two artists, they're arguing. They have their own minor issues between themselves. Yet, the fans now, they are taking it extreme.
Personal.
They are taking it personal. You see, the fans of this artist saying things about the other artist, bad words about the other artist, and the fan of that other artist, you cannot just sit and watch them insult your own artist. You must retaliate. Now the thing has left the artist and gone to the fans. Before you know, the fans start harassing each other online, start bullying each other online.
Okay, that's trolling.
That's trolling. Now they keep doing this. In most of the time, it's just for clout.
Okay, so does trolling also entail, you know, deliberately saying hurtful words to someone on social media?
Yes.
Irrespective of their status?
Irrespective of their status, yes. That's also part of the trolling.
Okay, so if, for instance, I just wake up one morning and decide to, you know, say some very disparaging things to anyone that I deem fit, that's trolling, isn't it?
That's trolling, yes. That's trolling. You are actually trolling. You are bullying that person online because the person did nothing wrong.
Okay.
It did nothing wrong. It did not offend you in any way. You just decided to wake up one morning and you come across one post that maybe the post is hurting you. You understand? The next thing you start harassing that person, that's trolling. You are trolling that person.
Okay, so how, in what ways, or what are the emotional and psychological effects of cyberbullying on teenagers particularly?
Yeah, mental health always goes first. You understand? Because whatever we do in life, it affects us up there.
Okay.
You get? So mental health is something that the kid will keep on thinking. Imagine your phone keep on popping and someone is bullying you online. You keep on seeing that notification you get of someone saying stuff about you, harassing you online. Makes you lose concentration. You get? If it's something now that is not common, that everybody knows about, you might want to stay indoor. It affects your social, the way you socialize with others.
Your social life.
Your social life, you understand? You might not want to go to school again. You don't expect that kid who is thinking of his social media life to be able to pass his exam. So it affects the mental health a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's also look at you know, how this affects the academic performance, you know, of young people. It's no news that a lot of young people are very active on social media.
Yeah.
Okay. You just made mention of how it affects them academically.
Yeah.
In what practical ways does it, you know, distract them from, you know, focusing on their academics?
Normally, social media, when we say social media and our teenagers now, social media affects our teenagers a lot academically because the time that they are supposed to be in their books, the time they are supposed to be with their books,
using it to surf the net,
they are on each social media platform doing one or two things online, keeping themselves busy.
Okay.
You understand? If you are reading your books, if you are with your books, nobody will come and bully you at home with your book. You get?
So social media in itself is a distraction.
It's a distraction. You get? Now, social media now, there's already a distraction. You are on it and someone is bullying you on that social media. You want to fight back. You get? You have upcoming exams and someone is bullying you. All your mind won't be focused on that exam. Will be focused on how to revenge to that person, how to talk back. What the next word, okay, you are thinking now, what's going to be his next word now? What is he going to say next now? How will I reply him? How will I say something that's going to hurt him, that's going to turn the tables around?
So you're already emotionally and psychologically invested in it.
Invested in that already. That's it. I think I have there's a friend of mine who's actually an upcoming artist, and when he got signed by a record label, the record label is not actually big like that also. It's just an upcoming record label. And I think someone just came online one morning and started saying the record label is this, is that, for signing that my colleague. You get, like, that instead of the record label, that money,
they made the wrong choice.
They made the wrong choice. The money that they are going to invest on that guy, they are supposed to use the money to do other things that is going to benefit them. Now,
imagine the psychological effect that will have on the guy.
Yes, not even on the guy. The guy might, okay, am I want to, okay, let me be here. At least it's something that's going to push me further to do more. Now, this is someone that is already having his fans. His fans are already growing. Now, imagine, let's say, 2 of his fans now, they have upcoming exams, and they'll decide to come online and start replying the person that wake up in the morning just to troll the artist. You understand? So you see where it affects both mentally, academically, and socially.
All right, let's see how, you know, the role that peer pressure has to play in all of this. Does the peer pressure have anything to do with this?
Yeah, peer pressure has a lot to do with it. Most times, the bullying, the cyberbullying, in some cases, they are from our friends. Let me say, friends that we have personal vendettas with in real life that can't stand up to us, you understand? They'll go to the social media space, create unknown profile, or go anonymous and start names. For instance, now, if a possibility of that friend knowing some of your dark secrets, your secrets
use them against you.
It might use them against you, and you will now be like, what I did in secret is now on social media. Do you understand? So peer pressure, friendship is also a part of it.
Okay, do you think schools or school authorities should punish, you know, students who indulge in cyberbullying?
Yes. Because now the social media now, the cyberbullying is not what you say what happened in room should remain in room. No, it's not going to be like that, because your phone is with you. You keep on seeing notification. You are always online wherever you are going. Now you are in class now. Schools that let kids take their phone to school. You get, you are in class now and the teacher is teaching, a notification pop up. It's someone harassing you. You are distracted from the teacher. Now, if the school notices such, they should take drastic action in protecting the welfare of the affected, of the victim.
So what measures do you think the school authority could possibly take to, you know, curb it, to nip it in the bud?
If the bully is someone that they can track down, they should track the bully down.
Okay.
Caution the person involved in such acts. If it's someone that they can't track down, they can support the child or the victim emotionally, counseling. You get, watch his movements, make sure, because this bullying of a thing now, some people can take it extremely and decide it leads them to depression, that their arts, people that their arts are not strong, their body isn't strong to such plays. Let me say it's a play, such play, you understand? They will take it extremely, overthinkers or overthink this stuff when they are alone. They might not, you might not see it when they are in the group, you understand, when they are with their friends, but when they are alone, they are overthinking this thing and it's affecting them deep down. So the school can help them emotionally.
All right, it has also been discovered that some victims of cyberbullying do not speak up. Why is that? Why do they find it hard to report, you know, such cases to the appropriate authorities?
One of their major fear is fear of not being understood.
Okay.
You understand?
Fear of not being understood.
Of not being understood, yeah.
Okay.
They might report to someone older than them, and the person might not really understand what is happening, so it won't take the case serious. In other cases now, the parents will want to take the phone away from them. Say, the parents will think that that is the best move to make. That since someone is bullying you online, the best move to make is you not being online. At least if the person is not seeing you online, is not going to bully you anymore. You get, so that fear now of making them, taking their phones away from them, making them going back to the analog age is part of the reasons why they don't speak up. They prefer to keep everything in silence and bear the pain than for them to speak up, and they are not digital anymore.
Okay, how can bystanders or people who witness cyberbullying help in putting an end to it?
Instead of them being bystanders, I think they should become upstanders.
How?
They should stand up to issues like this. You can report the accounts of the bully. You can report the account of the bully. You can report to the social media security team.
Okay.
And say an account is doing such and such, which is violating your rules, community standard, your rules and regulation. So do your best to do something about it. Little thing can help. Also, you can also enter, DM the victim, and also let the victim know that you're seeing what is going on and you are not in support of it. See how you are going to help, see how you're going to help. Anyhow, as much as possible, try to help the victim.
Okay, are there signs that one can look out for, for someone who might be undergoing cyberbullying? Are there any ways to identify somebody who might be a victim of cyberbullying?
Yeah. When the person, you notice a teen now who is cheerful, playful, always with people, and the next thing you see is always alone, is a sign.
Suddenly withdrawn. Or suddenly someone that is usually online, always with the phones, then the next thing you notice that all accounts has been deleted, is also another sign. Try to check and see what is going on with that kid. Okay, what roles do you think parents and guardians can play to mitigate against cyberbullying?
You just have to, communication is better. Try to communicate with your
children and words.
With children and words. Try to communicate with them more often. You understand? Let them speak. In some cases now, the parents don't want to feel like they are the best. You get? They'll keep on advising, but they don't want to hear from the child. In this case, hear from the child. Hear what is really going on with that child. You get? The teachers, the parents, instead of taking the phones from that child, let the child know that I'm going to support you. I'm going to help you to overcome this phase that you are in now, because it's definitely a phase that most people must pass through.
Okay.
You understand? Mostly as kids, because I was once a victim of cyberbullying. You get? So it's definitely a phase. So let them know that you are there to support them, to help them to overcome that phase. Don't just stigmatize them. Try to understand them.
Okay.
You get?
All right, thank you so much. There's a certain act that a lot of social media users are guilty of, and they are probably not even aware that they are guilty of it, right? There is a post that is cyberbullying someone.
Okay.
Right? It's clearly, should I say, a troll post aimed at somebody else. And then some of us see some of these posts and just share them or repost them.
Yeah.
Could that be considered an act of cyberbullying as well?
Yes, you're also a victim of it. You're also a victim of it.
A victim or a perpetrator?
A victim. A perpetrator, sorry.
Okay.
A perpetrator of cyberbullying. Let's use this scenario now. A single person threw a stone to someone. You can call that an assault. You get? But when a group of people each throw stones to that one single person, it's called stoning.
Okay.
You get? So now, everybody, they are all involved. You get? They are all perpetrators of that act. So you resharing, you reposting that post, you are spreading the news. You get? You are a perpetrator of it, and definitely you yourself should also be punished. So better still, stay away from it. Desist from such acts.
Okay. Can cyberbullying be taken from, the internet to the physical?
Yes.
Is it possible for it to transcend the internet and become a physical affair?
Yes. Imagine, like we said now, most of these people doing cyberbullying, that are involved in this cyberbullying, they don't have the mind to challenge that person that they are bullying in physical. For instance, somebody bullies me now, and I meet the person in physical, and I discover that this person that really has bullying me online is someone that I can deal with.
Okay.
And the damage he has made online is already much already. I want to react.
Okay.
Now we are already abusing ourselves in physical. Are you not bullying me online? All those kind of, you understand all those kind of stuff.
Confront the person.
Confront the person. Before you know, it might lead to fight. Before you know, damages and.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Emmanuel Walters, for your very, very interesting insight. What would be your final word to victims of cyberbullying out there in less than 30 seconds?
One of my final words is that it's not everybody you see you want to challenge online. You understand? You see, a pig, if you are playing with a pig is a dirty animal.
Yes.
If you are playing with a pig, you also need to be dirty. You also get dirty.
Okay.
And the pig loves seeing you dirty.
Okay.
You understand? So seeing you dirty now is fun.
To the pig.
To the pig.
But you might not find it funny.
You might not find it fun enough. But to the pig is fun. So it's not everybody you challenge online. You see some people, you can block instantly. Or you just keep silent. Let him, they say silence is the best answer, I'll give it to a fool.
Okay.
You understand? So once you keep it silent, he keeps talking and talking and talking, and he sees you are not, nobody is replying him. Himself will know that, okay, I need to chill on this. You get?
All right. Thank you very much, Emmanuel Walters. Well, I think that's my own parting words to everyone out there. Be mindful of who you cyberbully.
Yeah.
Some persons will not let it end there. Some persons will track you down.
Take it to the physical.
Trust me, and you won't find it funny at all. Okay. I know a lot of persons, hide behind their keyboards to perpetrate all sorts of, vices on social media. But just have it in mind that, just like Emmanuel Walters said, not everyone should be messed with. All right. Desist from cyberbullying. If you have scores to settle with anyone, try to, confront them one-on-one. It's better that way. In fact, it's even more courageous than you hiding behind your keypad just to, bully them. Cyberbullying is totally wrong. Say no to cyberbullying. Well, it's been the Guys Hangout Show on Independent Television. A big thank you to Emmanuel Walter once again. And of course, to you out there for taking out time to be with us on the show. My name is Harry Aigbo J. And until I come your way again, same time, same station next week, do the right thing, stay out of trouble, and have yourself a blissful night rest. Bye for now.
ITV, certainly the best. ITV, certainly the best.
Beautiful evening to you, and thanks for joining us on ITV News for this time. I am Harry Igboje. His Royal Majesty Omonobanedo Kwakpolopolo Bayewari II has offered his prayers and best wishes to popular Afrobeats musician Crown Uzama, also known as Charlie Poppy. The Oba, who offered the prayers during Charlie Poppy's visit to his palace in Benin City, acknowledged the effort of the musician in promoting the cultural heritage of Benin, admitting that some of his fans are also in his palace. The Oba, praying to the Almighty God and his real ancestors to continually defend Benin throne and Edo people at home and in the diaspora, hinted that the Afrobeats musician will perform at his 10th coronation anniversary, billed for October 2026. Freedom has come for two truck drivers, Sani Mohammed and Nazi Rabiu, both from Jigawa State, who have been the victims, who were kidnapped on March 30th, 2026 along the Benin-Okene Road near an army checkpoint in Auchi, have now been rescued by operatives of the Edo State Vigilante in the Alimo-Giza Forest, Iwan area of Isaka West Local Government area. Crime correspondent Jola Adeojo has details.
It was a harrowing experience for 37-year-old Nazi Rabiu and 25-year-old Sani Mohammed, who regained their freedom after days in captivity. Recounting their ordeal, the victims said they were attacked by more than 10 armed men while traveling along the busy Benin-Okene Road alongside 8 other people. The attack, which occurred near an army checkpoint in Auchi, turned deadly as one victim was reportedly shot and killed on the spot, while others were forcefully marched into the forest. According to them, the kidnappers moved them between dense bush paths and a remote house believed to be used for cattle rearing as efforts were made to evade security detection. The victims further revealed that their abductors had already opened negotiations with their families, demanding a ransom of 60 million naira for their release. They, however, noted that at least 7 other victims are still being held captive by the kidnappers.
Say as they see them, they hold them. They shoot one boy for them. That one don't die for them as they enter bush, so they escape. They say they get plenty guns. They arrest them. They say they arrest them. They say carry them inside bush. After that one, as a day break like this, they will still carry them come where their house is. Around 10 or 12, they will still carry them enter bush again.
Operatives of the Edo State Security Corps, Sector Tiri Anwen Command, later stormed the forest and successfully rescued the 2 victims, bringing them to safety. The Corps has assured residents that intensified operations are ongoing to secure the release of those still in captivity and to apprehend the perpetrators. Jola Adeojo, ITV News.
The 2026 edition of East Agbadu Race to Power 2, organized by Independent Television and Radio to commemorate the resurrection of Christ, has been held in Benin City amidst celebration and funfair. The event featured a variety of activities and attracted management and staff of ITV and Radio, led by the Executive Director of Finance and Administration, Lady Celerina Ojomo, alongside other top officials. Ofure Aneto was there.
It was a fun-filled day for children, adult and church choirs at the corporate headquarters of Independent Television and Radio on Airport Road, Benin City, as they celebrated Easter through music, games and entertainment. In a welcome address, the Executive Director of Finance and Administration, Lady Celerina Ojomo, speaking on behalf of management, described the event as part of the organization's corporate social responsibility. She also appreciated the vision bearer, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawawi Benedio, for providing the platform.
Easter Agbedu is a program designed to delight the Christian community in particular. It is our own way of discharging our corporate social responsibility to society, not only to Christians, but to the general community in our immediate environment.
In their goodwill messages, the father of the day, Bishop Okundige Osayuki Charles, alongside the director of Independent Radio, Pastor Dr. Dan Omozusi, encouraged guests to reflect on the significance of Easter.
Special greetings to all Christians worldwide and goodwill to all men on this special occasion.
Easter is a period of sober reflection, a time of reconciliation and rededication of our lives to God.
Adding color to the celebration were musical performances by ITV Blessed Voices and other church choirs, as well as dance presentations and a baby crawling contest which thrilled both participants and spectators. Winners of the various competitions were presented with prizes, while sponsors commended ITV and radio for sustaining the initiative.
We want to appreciate ITV for this opportunity given to us. We are grateful.
This is a place to have fun and to celebrate, and Christ has risen, so it's an atmosphere of joy.
I want to thank ITV for this great opportunity, and I want to thank them for the gift they have given me.
This is the first time carrying a prize home. Thank you, ITV.
I want to encourage people to show up for the next edition, because this one was a blast. It was amazing.
In a vote of thanks, the Executive Director, Operations, Chief Elder Ogbeide Nwanse, appreciated sponsors and guests for their support towards the success of the event.
We say thank you to our chairman, His Excellency Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawaru Igbinedion, COS CFRO, the Esama Benin Kingdom, for providing this platform that we delight you with today.
The event was attended by top management of ITV and radio, including the General Manager, Group Commercial Services, Mrs. Odum Balogu, General Manager, Special Duties, Mr. Abiodu Mudashiru, Deputy General Manager, Programs, Dr. Sonny Duke Okosum, and Assistant General Manager, News and Current Affairs, Mr. Egosa Agbonlaho, among others. From Benin, Ofuri and Neta, ITV News.
Miss Edo has emerged winner of the 2026 edition of the Miss Finest Face beauty pageant held in Benin City. The event, organized by Purely Events Multimedia, brought together contestants from across the country in a colorful and highly competitive contest. Efosa Wangwe has details.
It was a night of glamour, elegance and talent as contestants representing various states took to the stage to compete in different segments of the pageant. The participants thrilled the audience with confident runway displays and outstanding performances showcasing poise and creativity as judges assessed their overall presentation. Speaking at the event, the organizer and director of Purely Events Multimedia, Andy Dafiaheme, popularly known as Blue Bone, said the pageant is designed to discover young talents and promote the tourism potentials of the state. He added that over the years, the platform has produced beauty queens who have gone on to make meaningful contributions to the entertainment industry.
It's all about beauty and brain. Their fabrics is strictly made of Nigerian fabrics, and what we are doing, their talent, their skills, their dinner gown, they made it themselves. That's what we want to see, infusing skills on them. Learn how to use a skill, learn how to fuse into Nigerian culture and the system.
Also speaking, the Vice President of the Association of Beauty Pageants and Fashion Executives of Nigeria, Mrs. Debbie Benson, expressed gratitude for the success of the event. The event also featured a variety of musical and dance performances that kept the audience entertained throughout the evening. The high point of the event was the crowning of Miss Edo as the winner of the 2026 Miss Finest Face Beauty Pageant. An excited winner, Mrs. Ekato Faith, appreciated the organizers for providing a platform for young women to showcase their talents and skills.
I feel super excited. It was not an easy journey, but I thank God for everything.
As part of her prize, she will go home with a cash award of 1 million naira alongside an all-expense-paid trip to Switzerland to attend an international event. Ms. Teresa Ilamusi from Imo State emerged as the first runner-up, while Mrs. Dorothy Francis from Akwa Ibom State and Mrs. Ichonen Manuela from Osun State were second and third runners-up. From Benin, Efosa Wangwe, ITV News.
And it's a wrap on ITV News for this time. Many thanks for watching. I am Harry Igboje. Do enjoy the rest of your night.
ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best. ITV, certainly the best.
This is Aqua Game, a popular game in Africa played by our ancestors to entertain themselves after each day of famine. It is also relevant in our coronation in Africa. It is a sport and indeed very interesting, as every seed had a role in the game. Playtime is 45 minutes per set. There is no age limit as long as you can spin aqua seed. Ayo or aqua game, known as the game of intellectual. This game requires a lot of mathematical skills. Aqua game is played with carved wooden box containing 12 holes.
ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
Oya bota now. Give bota let's why anyone. Give bota the na. Oye gboma. E ma ro na wa te oye gboma e bo ere. Oye gboma ja bu. O me no sie na he yi. Uwe udini won e ma yin kan. Oye gboma. De no so lowo wa. Odo olowo ni ma yo bi ma si. No ma gi ma dolo yi. No masi yi ma gbe no si kema oti oma obi yoma owo foma oye gbo ma ya we tu bo oye bo we so ba la wo imayo bi ma si no ma ge gbe ma ise ke no pe ni are wa na ogun egbon ye oye gbo ma na o te me pastor Calvary una mo
ibi edun no go me wa ya bi me kai wa bi dan yo wa bi tota ofun igbo sa oba go yaro oba ga to pe
ise ore wa te Victor Bizigbe
do na uzo mo kai we do na ga ku ko ami no rere okienu mi na ri do aziye na gbo na we na pe fi aye na do pe so ru abo àwọn pàtàkì mo ho na gun kan de ni na kan oyin gbo mo wa ya ka bo ra ho yo to mu da wa he menwa e obo wa yo pin yo ngwa ya nwa bene ewihi gbo ma na bene ya zore imuna no ati bi imuna ni ma oba atokpe
ise
me so abo se je no bi ero no rie do ba yo kai o we do ya fe e go tu wa ya oba atokpe
ise
ni wa oye gbo e ma ngwa ka wo oye gbo wa ya ka wọ́n sọ wẹ̀ wọ́n yà wẹ̀ gbọ́n ká òye gbọ́n ọ̀sẹ̀wẹ̀ ni òun wẹ̀ gẹ́ ọ̀gbẹ́sọ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀wẹ̀ ni wẹ̀ náà hẹ́ nìyí ni màá rí ẹ̀bá wẹ̀ òye gbọ́n gẹ̀mí náà fi bí wọ́n máa ṣe kàkà ní gbẹ́ ọ̀tẹ̀wẹ̀.
ẹ̀dọ́ yà ìpìtàn wẹ̀ ọ̀wọ́n ẹgẹ́ fi ẹ̀wù bì ọgbẹ́ ọ̀fi ẹ̀wù bì bẹ̀tẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ bì ọ ti gbọ́ bí yọ ẹ̀yọ́ sẹ́ni ìbìnrin wọn ẹ̀rọ àkàrà wẹ ẹnuwẹ́wẹ́ àìwẹ̀ ẹ̀wọ̀ gẹ̀ẹ́fà ẹ̀ kẹnuwẹ́ náà bòyìn ègbò ẹ̀ wọn náà bòyìn rí àwọn ẹ̀ ìbániwẹ̀ náà bòyìn ègbò ẹ̀ nígbà dé ìwẹ̀ náà wò ó wẹ̀rẹ̀ ajá òun ní rí ọmọ àmì ìwẹ̀ ìwọ́ ọmọ náà mi náà dí ìmàwẹ̀ ẹ̀dá ọ̀gá mi bá lọ mẹ́ ẹ̀ o ọ̀ sẹ́ni dúró lákàwẹ̀ kẹnu náà bòyìn rí àwọn ẹ̀ ìbáraẹni náà bọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ n'ụdọna onye gbọra ọka ịdara n'obodo ọma nọmekọ n'eboti a conscient wee ayaghị wee yawo egbeghe ayabonye nedo ọwa onye gbọra yawo egbeghe owe da gboe owe da ẹkọ owe ghe di ime nọwo emini wọ ma anaghị na oge na ya ata ọma egbe na di eme ata ẹyọ egbe wo eboni ahụ ya siomana kọtọ di ime ọmaghị asị kọtọ na bụ amere n'ime mụ na di ime ọgọme ya mụ ya ga be ni ara bụ onye gbọma we ka bonye no ka egbu ene oke abonye we ma be then we are na ka we ina na ma wa gbewa do na we bo ya to ka pa bebi no wan e do pagire ijesu ga re fon pa na total ogi wa ge a Pharisees ya wa ko pa de tete ya bi gbe mo bo ya ri se ba ya ko se ba ya nya ga pon yo eru ne bo kina ya gbe ti amu e bo ge ina wa ka we Jesu we ma gana okuo na ima wa mu e be okpi ai ma mu okpi amu e ya ga we mi odo wa me ya we ya na adultery o ko no wu Jesu mazejo ona agbe mi voto egwe maga ora wonu da uyi oge Moses ka iwo gbon aberi ona mu egbo ge beri o da ba firu gbegbe na gbe wa Jesu na agbe mi yoto de ni aze nwa ne mana muda ye mi no ri e ko we iya mo ho ni iya mo ho ni ope ni ake mo we Jesu mi o ne we be ni ayare e ogesi na gbe wa ya to bi aboyo ho na ne buwe kiyan e Jesu ya tun mu ona wa o akoma no re ma no e wi ma e ka wo hode e ma e we no so na we no fi gbe no ka ona yi go na ona na go na dado na so afilu gbe oge akwa nda oye bu egbe ene iya to bi an kwo yi ade we na ta we na do ta we oji keke wi eri eke wa e ya moje ere utapa moji keke o moje we no bo no we bo ekwa de gboma we ko emi we ri obo yi emi no ma mo ere obe mo ti o egwe nu gba lo nege ti mu so no ma no re we bo ni ge ti mi obo yari ojo bo ni ra na ri obo yi gbegele riri ipelebe wa gba lo wa ni do you we no be re iye keze are gba lo wo nege be ri yo bo guwe ya we gbe ga ya bo yen do o yin gboma we ka bo ge gbo ene o ke ga bo re oba ra to pe
what's it ayi we da yo ni wa no we neru ne ku eso ohuo o to le owodo iye me ti wa we
iye we o ti na do ti we
owo ewo na we na o mi odo
e do no
e ku so to
e do no
e me no we owa ihe ni owa lu ere owa ya
oya so money koto
oye gbo wa no
no
were ne buwe uwe no wetie na were mo
ara we o won ya be ga wen ya ga ka we e bo we na
o yen oso egbe o teme bizu ave foto
mama oye gbo wan na ma ye gun kan na e bo kan ta as zibo pa na te empathy mwe yo we de we
awo na da
Ewani buma na te oye gbo ma yan ma yan ka bo re gbe yan
ake bo ba be be wa ya yo
bo ni wa me bo ni de bo ma no o ayo o ye ke ru da ita paro na na ta we o wa na mu diana me no ku odu e ni re o bo no mu dia o han no wa we me we no ku gbe o do re o bu we be ye bo Ebona were blessed are those who view objects from different angles.
Okore. Bayaka.
Ọmọ no re emi yi gege ne no ya mujani. O ma no mani. No ge gbe fun wo bopa. O ka we no ma ye enyo waye. No ye wu no ba wo bopa fofo wo bonopa. No ro da wo wu no fo ye. No ro gbe fun we ni ku ye. No ro bonopa we no ba ye. Ma bere ọ̀rọ̀ àrẹ dédé ní ìyá kò ní òkè zẹ́mì wà ní ìyọ́ wẹ́wẹ́ ọmọ náà wọ́n mi ká tẹ̀wọ́n pàbọ́n wẹ́ àtẹ̀tí sẹ̀ àwọn ẹ̀bọ̀ náà mú ẹ̀bọ̀ gbégbọ́mọ̀ sókun ẹ̀ owó ń wọlé à ní ẹ̀bọ̀ náà rẹ̀ ó tẹ́kùn fún ìdọ́ni ọmọ ẹ̀kọ́ wọn náà rẹ̀ èmi wọ́n wẹ́ dégé ní náà yìí mẹ́ ẹ̀ ọ̀sùn núdà bọ́kí ara yẹ wẹ́ mọ́ náà wọ́n ni una wa ku o apahia okiekie wo ko no e ma mami uga wa ne gbo ene elu we ki akwe na uda we mo na we da we giva e dagun we awa ye wo so pa na lo wo ma re una wa re gbo okiekie e ma oga mu bo re na re ni ya gbogba edopa e o re fan ni yakwa so pa o gba ma ye ma ta gba lo fun nu me so ba ki ma yo e ma ta gbogba ma ga bi o do da ga gbe oba atope
ise oye gbo o so ba de ma ni maru
ise
una zi o wege enu haru e dagun emi ni u ka ge do awe ebe we penu ya dunu de owó àdúẹ́ kìnnà orí ẹgbọ́n ma ọtún ní nà wà àdúẹ́ kìnnì yẹ̀rẹ́ nà kìnnì má nà yẹ̀yìn àdúẹ́ ẹ̀ wọ́n dúọ́rẹ́ ẹ̀ orí ẹgbọ́n ma ẹ̀ nà ẹ̀jẹ̀ àbò wọ́tò bọ́sì òní wọ́n á sún ẹ̀yìn nàró ìmùnàná údà làdàwẹ̀ yunifásitì údà sún ẹ̀mùnà àríwó wọn míwó nárí wọn àtúnyà mọ̀mọ́ oya dweki uka bowe kinu ado no ajigo nudo na edo mo du arusa oyegbo
no
oni oyegbo oni iresi nu zeda go o meti do ki o ga usaba na egi wa zi o dada ni odo lo du wure odo lo accident re odo lo ko eyan ba lo ya fe odo alagbe ege ni we people we do aso we erosion ayo yogi egbe mati enu wa zere makata si we na we ore emani ni sinupo upo kayele we ye be wo we ekelo to ya la be wo uke wa pa ya fi oboyo o to we igwe no dia ku we hu da wa we gbeso egbe yo wa we gbeso
egbe yo
wa gbogbo sọ̀rọ̀ oye gbọ́ wà ẹ́ lọ wà kíákíá máa wà gbọ́ orí à ẹgbọ́ ààrẹ wẹ̀lú ọmọlúwẹ̀wẹ̀ ẹ̀yà gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sùn alógbọ́ ẹ̀rì ní alẹ́gbìnà oríṣìíyàwó èrí ìyàlúwẹ̀ ẹ̀rẹ́ yàfẹ́ ó yàyà kọ̀kọ́ ní àìní ẹ̀dà sábà náà jẹ́ ìṣẹ́kànláwà gbé oye gbọ́ wà olówó èyí ya fẹ́ ẹ̀nà màrú àgbà ọkùtọ̀ anaka boge we David ga o da gbo me e ma so se bi le lo re do ni me wa pata ya o pa ri owe o bono no sepe iwe ni nana agbon ge ma imi re o le ta ma won wa o sa lo bo o ma ni wa o ma ne no be be wo de o we ge se no azo ye no wa we ze se ni emi no ya una diru de onye gbewe e ubu mi so pa ude kun e wa re u down na re we wa so e gidi e o e ri o eri bo yen we ye court eri o ye o re wo o eri o ye we ile le ya fe na ya we e dagun wa ya fe na gbe kokoto na re e una mi we ave pastor gbe no track iye ya wo re ne de no re bible o sa lo bo ya ru ni na he o ma da o ye gbo wa na ina e bible ni mu re na o asu we se dagun re ni ma lelu we na gwa ti e o da wo fo we o gbe ra gbe o ye ya po mo bible wona duna e duna anyway di mare ni ru bueno si rupo upo kare upo ojo we ni mai wa je na me do ra bueno ojo we so egbe ehe ya ta o ma ye gwa ya kan ta oni owiru yi na o wa bi awa ma we no wa gbe kini ya eye ne be ya re uda o ma lo de na ri lawo no odu yi na ri lawo no we egwa ari na mai manure egwa ma we le o vion SSNS we mai wa do na
domusa edonu pe wa having banana esin no kan na we oyin gboma owe ya o igbege ayabo yen na do eden we boyin egin awon ededo wo boge gbo e arun do gyon ma ya yui obi ogwe yui adafin aya ba e da o nu da oyin egbewe oyin edenu aboyin ma be o boyo we enu we wo ma e ni ara we ebo owe eyi fi obi e azen ona sogogogo yi ona balo egbo a sokuma obi ere ni egbe ebo wo oge ebi bi oni ba ke aka e nu da uka boye egbo e u boye we emi ni wo ma na e na dime awe ebo oni oyin egbo ma we pa bo wi e o pa ba so uri nwina emi nu mari e u yari e du we no wo we awe ebo o mo ma mu yo bobo we ga so wa we to ta wa si won agbo wa lo wa ni ko awe we na wo gba lo ri efi eze o money no te wa tititi u ya eke ne fun e we gogo we eke ne mi rie we wo boro obo uboye gbo eni we uyo mo kyan meme o ga o we no wo utoge no ho ye o wodore o ga we no wo we boye gbo enu we ge nu da owe ebode na duza ere doka e edenu salobara kekete e sumozo e ona bio e nyanwe edo o ya be no baloje we ka boye gbo ene di me no wo waze emu eda na iboti e poison yo ma ba e no wa wu babara we ka bo we onegbo e du we no wo wa so ge no wo ma yi si wunare ka bo onegbo e du we no wo emi kemi no ma wo agbon na okeke aka ya da e ona mana mi bota ona wo to ota okole ota ya ni yo wa we ya ge we enu we go gwi e wa dori e wota ona so na mi are di o ma ni bun odo ari o yawo ta ye dede no bun o ari o yawo ta nu da e go gwi eni ye gbe ye ma be ka go tagare o ma be ka we o saga boye e me so ga wa wu ori ya kwere agbon ye ga lene o ga isota ye ga gwali yobo o ma nu me ma wu yobo na o nu we iku yo wodo we no do wu yobo nu a o ma nu to we yo gbe we no do wu yobo nu a o de nu ma lase we o na nu we na do mi e emi esi noro ero boye gbo e we ka o da we ute we ni kemi ka o e ni a una ma ọmọ ní ẹtí ọwọ́ sà ọ̀hùnkí á ní mìlá ní mẹ́rùrù wẹ̀ tí ká wọ́n ń yà wẹ̀ ẹ̀mí mi ọba ó ọmọ ẹ̀ pólísì ọmọ ọba ọmọ ebo ọmọ ẹ̀ bàbà ìyá ìwà ìwìn ebo èdè ìmí ọ̀wà ó wẹ̀ ìyèrè wẹ̀ ọ̀sà ọ̀hùn ọ̀hùndín ọba kàtọ́ pẹ̀
ẹni wà ẹ̀ wà dàí màtánà oyè gbọ́ ọmọ gbàkánà oyè gbọ́ kẹ́ dín yẹn sẹ́sẹ́mẹsẹ́
ọ̀sà ọ̀hùn ọ̀hùndín
ọ̀sà ọ̀hùn ọ̀hùndín oyè gbọ́ kẹ́ dín yẹn sẹ́sẹ́mẹsẹ́ wẹ́ ẹni wẹ́ arúgbó ní òun ẹ̀ lè gbé wẹ́ oyè gbọ́ wà yẹn lọ ẹni wú kọ́ wáyà fi gbọ́ ẹ̀ wúwẹ́ má rí wẹ́ oyè gbọ́ wà ẹ̀yìn lọ àmì wà ní ẹgbẹ́ oyè gbọ́ wà èyí lọ́sẹ̀ mọ̀ náà tẹ́lá jẹ́ náà máa dọ́wọ́ èmi náà yíká àbẹ̀gẹ̀ náà oyè gbọ́ wà yí pé lọ o tó ṣe rẹ̀ wò o bú wa rí nà bùsẹ̀ ọ̀rí nà bùsẹ̀ máa mi rìn ẹ̀wọ̀ rẹ̀ yé ẹ̀ àwọn amẹ́ríkà rẹ̀ yà ní màsùn ní ẹ̀yẹ ẹ̀ ẹ̀ rẹ̀ ìdádọ́ rẹ̀ yẹ ìwò ní síkẹ́ mà máa rìn nà yẹ ẹ̀ kí nà dó máa rìn nà yẹ ẹ̀ èmi náà lẹ́rẹ́ ẹ̀ kí ó fi gbọ̀n náà eke petrol noa eke ona ya pe noa well yeah ya my poke ave bota bo ya fe the whole world no me oil on the petrol poke amaki so pa do go bi ogwe inu maki Nigeria ma face awu ma te face in Nigeria so pa olowo anori ma ye okay polo so o ame buda Ewa mama siti bonye gbe
mama bonye gbe ni ko na bisi
na ya ruwe ni na ya mewe egbe roko me o ari na da doge ma ngo oye gbo o te ere be kan bo na oye gbo oye re mo we
na ye agun ade na ọmọ no o ni gbe ona o we no give ba ebe ri o o hehe agun ẹ mọ̀ náà sí wọn. Owó yóò ní gbé.
Yóò ní gbé rẹ̀ o. Yóò ní gbé. Yóò ní gbé rẹ̀. Yóò ní gbé. Yóò ní gbé. Yóò ní gbé rẹ̀. Yóò ní gbé.
Kì máa ò tó gé bí mà. Sọ́wọ́n ni màá ò ní ègbé mà. Wùrà ṣe tí àárò ègbé ìrírí ọ. Wẹ́ fi ògbógbò yìí dó. Búdà wẹ oyin gbọ̀ wọn náà. Wẹ́ náà tẹ̀ tí ìhò ẹ̀ lè gbẹ́gbẹ́ ìdàwé yín náà. Èmi mánà. Wùnà wẹ̀ dàbí ó gé bá. Ẹ̀dùgbòmù yé ọrí ìyàn wéèkì náà lè pe ga awẹ àgágbó àlẹ́ ní màtà àwọn àbú ọ̀hún.
Nàbú ọ̀hún ni.
Wẹ́nà mi wẹ̀ yẹ òòrè kéré kọ́ ní wé gbé kọ́ ní bìsì yàgbó gbàgbàgbé ara tẹ̀lé wọ́n rè èso ìtúwàsìn fún wa èso ọmọẹ̀sùn àbẹ́gì. Mami ebo ni wàdìfẹ́ àbẹ́gì gbèsè òdi yà wà tá gbé pa ọ̀hún yà àsúwé náà gbẹ ẹ̀mẹ́kẹ́mi.
Àsúwé mọ́ ẹ̀gọ́.
Àwọn àsúwé mọ́ ẹ̀gọ́ ni. Fúdọ́ ni wàdì máa wè ní gbímà. Ma we we da yo ge bi ma ma re ka we akwere ro akwewa ro o ba ko ka wa akwe ro ona wa aru ge na o tere ta ba okiki odori o ya yo okiki omo ugo
e ma
jara mi ma ta o ba to pe
ise
anyway e be kan bo ne o ye gbo wa a e be ni we no o ye gbo wa ní matana wẹ̀yà gẹ̀ẹ́gẹ̀ bó ti nílá ìgbẹ́ náà òyìn gbọ́ wá nẹ́gẹ̀ abú wọ́n sẹ́ ẹni ìbùn ní báyìí ìlú kányà ihò ní gbọ́ wá ẹ̀rọ òyìn gbọ́ wá ihò ní ọwọ́ ẹ̀wòwò òyìn gbọ́ wá ẹ̀yìn náà sùnú jábẹ́ abẹ́ òtúnṣe wẹ̀wò abẹ́ politician iye o negbe
awo ti e den asa
iye je asa
e a lo egero
evani ni ebe ye mi na nuwe wa wo ye o ma nuwe mu gboto wa ya mu gboto e ugele boye feni ana una ukene ona de ukelu ye ne ukele mata no ani de ko Babe. Biri.
Gbogbo ẹ̀ta.
Àwọn àgbẹ̀fọ̀ náà aláyè bọ́sẹ̀ kan láyàwó ẹ̀jẹ̀ ọwọ́ dẹ̀nẹ̀.
Ọwọ́ dẹ̀nẹ̀. Gbọ́sọ̀ wà sí kọ́ wọ̀sẹ̀ yẹn yìí kẹ́. Ọwọ́ dẹ̀nẹ̀. Ó yẹ pọ̀ wà ní.
Ọ̀rọ̀ ṣe gbẹ̀yìn.
Wọ́n yàn ya ayé ẹ̀.
Ọ̀dọ́ bí.
Ọ̀rọ̀ ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ bí. Wọ́n la ọ́ ni máa ń gé máa so máa ń gẹ̀ èwo so egbe ni kata uza no gbera ina we oriobo waju yin ya owe Hausa Igbo
Yoruba
eyin ma yan ri amo emo ere owebe school ori ma na do ewo be ewo ari pe oni ri e ma we o isere we ni ma se bona eri ma yan ze ewo
Hausa
ori ma gu yin ni ma we ma te yan ya ma mo e ni ma te rupu ori Hausa ma yan te ori Igbo ma yan te ori Yoruba ma yan te eri na te ore àwòpọ̀n èrè ọ̀rẹ́ iná níwọ̀n ìmá dàbí ọba ọ̀rẹ́ dò èrè ìmá ọmọ náà bá nẹ́ dòkú àpọ̀tọ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ ọba ìpẹ̀wọ́ba náà sí yóò yọ pé ní máa rèé àmà èbí mà ẹ̀dọ̀ náà sí ẹ̀ níwọ̀n ẹ̀yà ìwẹ̀ èrè ìmá yà mọ́ ìbòtà ọ̀rẹ́ dẹ̀ náà yóò tọ̀ ọba àtọ́pẹ́
iṣẹ́
ITV, certainly the best.
Yes.